So what's the plan?
All right, so it is a Tonald video, and it is about what would Sauron order at a restaurant. And I have no bloody idea how that makes any sense. But because as far as I remember, Sauron
he's basic.
Hello, check 1, 2.
He's a fallen angel. He's a fallen angel. He doesn't need to eat.
Really?
You guys hear me?
Yay!
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool.
All right.
If he doesn't need to eat, does he have a fully functional digestive system?
But can he eat?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Well, Gandalf eats, and he's technically like of the same like breed of as he's more than Gandalf because Gandalf is limited, but also he doesn't have a physical body because God destroyed it because he was caught in a flood.
Okay, but we're talking about Sauron, not Saruman, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Sauron is Sauron got like killed by like his body was destroyed when he was on Numenor, and he was like trying to corrupt the Numenorian people, and then Eru Ilúvatar was so angry that they basically tried to build a Tower of Babel situation by sailing to the Undying Land. So he destroyed the island, and Sauron was on it, and his spirit had to leave. Even reconstruct an approximation of a body.
Oh,
to just a wraith. That's all he is.
So he's not even living, as far as we can figure out. His manifest.
Yeah, well, it's weird because he's an angel. Like he's literally an angel. Like in the hierarchy, there's Eru Ilúvatar, which is God. Then there's the 7 archangels, the Valar, and there's hundreds of lesser angels called the Maiar. And Sauron is a Maiar.
Okay, so wait, you said that he was already dead. This is before Isildur chopped his fingers off.
This is before he chopped the fingers off. This is like
how many times has the guy died?
I think part of it, like his body was destroyed, but his spirit lingered. It's a weird thing with Maiar spirits because even if their body is destroyed, their spirit will linger in Middle Earth.
Okay, well let's get started. We were trying to figure out what the heck is Sauron in the first place, whether or not we have any information on whether or not he can eat, let alone breathe or sleep or do all the other bodily processes. But if he doesn't have a body, Tonald is up the tree, as we say. So, hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We got this crazy SmudTalk going with random people. We got BB, as usual, Caesar, Crazy Philosopher. We have Lord Captain Commander Dunn, myself, and Sir Tanner. Hello, people. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yep.
I don't know if you're going to have fun. I don't know if you like cooking. I don't know if you like watching Tonald cook. But it's going to be crazy. He's going to be doing some desserts, I believe. So it's a little more forgiving. It's a little more like, okay, you got sugar, you got flour, do whatever you want, have fun. I'm not as strict. I'm not like, okay, I wouldn't eat that, but you could. You could put as much sugar as you want there, sir. But would the non-entity of Sauron ordered at a restaurant? I don't really think so.
My inkling is that he might mix up Sauron and Saruman.
Yes, because
no, I actually think he intended to take Sauron because, if I remember correctly, on the one EFAP, Mauler suggested what would Sauron eat, and Tonald found that a very interesting question.
Really?
Uh-huh.
If I remember correctly.
So it's Mauler's fault.
Yeah.
This video exists.
That dang long.
What would a non-entity eat? I don't know, Tonald. What do you think?
I still say onion rings.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
everything's a ring to him.
maybe after he prepared it, he burns everything and then feeds the fire to Sauron.
Oh.
I have no idea. This is just a weird question.
Yeah, well, let's get started. I don't know where he's going because I watched a few minutes. He didn't even talk about, as much as I could understand, what he wanted to say about the title of the video. So he just starts cooking. You're like, whoa, dude, slow down. So, yeah, I'm not sure about the whole costume bit either. I don't know if this is a Halloween thing. Did he prepare it the day before? I have no clue. But anyway, let's get started with Tonald.
Here's a question. Why doesn't Elrond kill Isildur in Mount Doom when he refuses to destroy the One Ring? He knows if he lets him go, the fate of Middle-earth is doomed. And he just lets him walk out? You gotta grab that fucker and just toss him in the fire. As far as I can see, they're the only two in Mount Doom. If there's questions, just say he fell. For as wise as Elrond is, he's an idiot.
I don't disagree.
That would have saved us a lot of trouble. True, yes.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
I mean, they could have had it, or could have had it so like Isildur had some bodyguards that tried to defend him from Elrond.
Just a short question: is it echoing for anyone else?
No.
I did hear a little bit of echo, but I could not.
Yeah, I was
determine
hearing
where it's
echo at
coming
first,
from.
but I don't know.
That's just
Yeah, I don't know
Tonald
who it
being
was.
Tonald, as far as I could tell. I hope. Okay, so this implies that I don't know, the orcs would have restaurants. I don't know where would he go for a meal if he
What
could
kind
eat.
of restaurant?
Exactly. What kind of restaurants?
Yeah, I mean they didn't exactly have too many taverns in Mordor, so I don't know.
Well, maybe in that tower he has an incredibly fancy restaurant that he just
Ooh.
keeps to himself.
He has a food court in one level.
Exactly.
That'd be interesting.
You walk in the restaurant. Ooh, Mexican.
Level 3.
As soon as you step into the tower, it looks like Trump Tower from the inside. Everything gold and everything nice. And like, wow.
He's got his
why
name written in gold. Sauron.
Why doesn't the rest of Mordor look like this?
Yeah, he's starting with his tower, but he can't branch out. He doesn't know how to expand his franchise.
Quick question: have the rest of you guys seen the previous videos in this series? I guess.
No.
I saw the
one.
Kratos one on EFAP.
I've
Okay,
skimmed
because
through one.
little bit of basic background information. To my knowledge, like the basic premise is like, oh, what would this character, if they were put into like modern times, what would they eat at some sort of like fancy restaurant? Is the basic idea.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's...
And so he, like with The Witcher, he used like berries and small game and things like that in like an actual like restaurant dish that he made for Geralt of Riviera. So I assume he'll do something similar with like Sauron, like try and figure out, oh, what would they eat at the time, and then try and make something using those ingredients. Like there would be something you'd order at like a nice restaurant nowadays.
still, we're talking about a non-entity that can't have physical shape.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Could you?
Yeah,
Would
so none
there
of us
be
are going to
a-
comment on Tanner's thumbnail.
Would there be a possible chair that Sauron could sit on?
Yeah. Would he even be able to sit in the restaurant to eat? Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
question. I want
Maybe
to...
he'd like possess somebody and have them eat it for him.
Oh, okay. He could get someone to, wear the ring and he could possess. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay. Interesting idea. That is one of his abilities, I believe. All right.
Hello, my little ghouls and goblins. Welcome to episode 4.
CGI. What the hell?
Look at that production quality.
Wow. Like, maybe it was like a Batman thing he paid for. He didn't know how to use it. He's like, okay, get some bats going. Sauron video.
4 of our Fudo special Halloween episode featuring Sauron, the evil Dark Lord from the Lord of the Rings. But guess what?
Yeah, there is echo in there. That's weird.
What?
Yeah, the
We're
rest
not
of the
going to cook
videos for the
Sauron
series haven't echoed.
Yeah. Strange.
dinner. Nope, we're not cooking them breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, luncheon, afternoon tea, supper. Nope, we're cooking them dessert. Today, for the Evil Dark Lord, we will attempt to create a dark chocolate and black sesame Mount Doom molten lava cake.
Okay, molten lava cake. You guys ever had a molten lava cake? It's really gooey, okay? And the stuff that's inside the cake is the same stuff that's outside the cake, and that's what makes it just harden it up when you cook it. So it's kind of like a shell of just ball of goo. And you break it open and it just cracks open and all this whatever chocolate you put in there is just goos out, and that's about it. It's very simple, very messy, but you got to like it. I'm not a fan. There's way better cakes out there. But if you're doing something fancy, I don't know, you're going on a date or you want to give someone a cute little birthday present, it's nice, I guess.
I hope he'll put a
People
ring.
are saying that it's echoing from my end.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what somebody said in chat. It's echoing from Caesar's end.
Ooh.
Because and I looked, and his the green ring around his icon is flashing every time we play the video.
What
Okay.
should I do?
Oh, okay. Well, there's always
It
push
sounds to
talk.
me like there's a possibility that the volume is a little too loud on your end, Caesar, and it's like picking up on your microphone or something, maybe.
Oh, right. Your speakers could be close to your mic. That's true, yeah.
Or
Hey.
you could mute while the video is playing. That's also possible.
Better now?
There you go. All right. Okay, so lava cake, pretty standard stuff. Again, the recipe online is very easy. You cook it very hot for...
Also, I just want to say, just to be thematically accurate, appropriate, I hope he puts a ring into the lava cake.
Oh. A ring of what? Just rings?
No, just the one ring, because it's supposed to be a Mount Doom lava cake.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to think of like
Yeah,
Christmas.
he puts a fork. He puts a forkful in his mouth and he crunches down. And he's like, "Oh, what was that?" Oh!
Yeah, there are some rituals, not rituals, but practices. I think in UK where they have was it sticky toffee pudding or some sort of dessert where they put little presents and every
Oh God!
yeah, is that a UK thing? I remember reading about this in.
That sounds kind of dangerous.
Well,
It is,
the one thing I know here in Switzerland on the 6th of January we have so-called the Three Kings Day, and we have a certain
Message coming
special
in.
cake that has a lot of
Patching it through.
it's basically a lot of little breads that are sweet that are attached to one another to make a cake, and in one of the little breads is a small plastic figurine of a king, and if you find that, you get to be the king of the day.
Since he
So-
said that he was trying to make like a lava mountain, he might have like some sort of like crystallized sugar like ring or something like that, but that might be a little
Yeah.
too advanced for him.
You probably.
And like stick it into like the lava or whatever.
There is in fact a Poirot mystery called The Adventure of the Christmas Pudding. So it does involve a bunch of kids. Poirot goes to a house and for Christmas, and someone finds I think it's a ruby or something like that, a ring or something like that. I can't recall exactly what it was. And Poirot's like, "Oh shit, that's a really expensive thing. How the hell did that get in there?" So that's where I understood the UK tradition of putting little gifts in your Christmas pudding.
Okay.
So anyway,
I'm reading the chat. Punished Berserker. Yeah, I already made that joke. The onion ring joke. I beat you to it.
all right. Well, let's see his lava cake. Lava cake's kind of gross in my opinion, but with Tonald, it's going to be like 3 times crazier. So yeah.
Never had it.
With raspberry lava ice cream.
What? What? Okay. Lava cake.
Raspberry.
Lava cake does not have ice cream. You can serve ice cream with it, but that's just like nice to have. You don't. That's not what makes the lava. You actually have the batter is the lava. So no. I mean, it's not
I
wrong.
don't think I've ever seen a raspberry lava cake before. I don't think.
Well,
Well,
plenty of cakes where they serve ice cream on top. I've had all sorts of like no flour cakes or torts, chocolate torts that aren't flour based, and they have gelato on the side, but it's in a separate bowl. So it depends on the chef, it depends on the baker, So I'm kind of curious why he started with this, but okay.
Well, today's the first time I've ever heard of lava cakes. I'm really curious to
Really?
see what he makes.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's gross. I mean, if you have to really like chocolate cake,
It's
I
similar-ish.
I just love the way you said that, Smith. Oh my god, it's gross.
Yeah, I know.
You sounded so excited. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's gross.
there's certain things you don't do with baking, and making your entire batter become like it's just it's one ingredient or one mixture, and then you bake it, and then the outside shell it becomes the shell, and everything that's not baked is still inside, and that is like it's uncooked batter is what you're eating. So
But there are a lot of things that don't make it over here. So
okay, it is at restaurants, whether it's Metropolitan or French. It does get into Italian restaurants as well. So yeah, not for everyone.
I kind of like lava cake, but not that much. There are other cakes I would prefer to eat.
Oh god, yeah.
Like I don't like strawberry ice cream. Period.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, there's a cake I know in Germany, or is it Austria? I think it's No, it's probably Austria, called Sachertorte, and it's basically opera cake, but it's the best chocolate cake I have ever tried.
I'm pretty sure that's Austria.
Yeah.
But
It's Austrian because I saw a video. This was about a year ago where they had Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. They were promoting Terminator Dark Fate, and they were on some show on YouTube where they were eating like foods from their respective countries, and they gave him what did you call it? Sasha Court?
Sachertorte.
Soccer tort, and he was like ranting, and Arnie was ranting in German. He's like, "Soccer tort, I've been trying to get you to eat this for years." It was pretty funny, and then Linda Hamilton cuts open a Twinkie and she dumps the guts on the top of it.
Oh,
Message coming in.
Oh, I know.
I don't like
that
Twinkies in
one.
general.
Joke. It was for a joke though.
Sachertorte is the most elegant it's the simplest, best chocolate cake. All it has is a chocolate glaze with two chocolate cake inside and a thin layer of apricot jam in the middle, and that's it. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's an interesting story because the guy who created it was a sub baker for, I don't know, the King of Austria at the time, because the original baker was gone, and he had to make a cake for some dignitaries that came in. And it was so popular, they gave this guy all these accolades. They gave him his own hotel chain. He still, to this day, there's the soccer hotel chain, whatever it's called, in Austria. That's still it's a secret recipe of the actual glaze. No one knows exactly what's in it. So it's a big deal. I go to a place called Dimpelmeyer's in Toronto. It's a German bakery. There's other really good chocolatiers in Toronto, but they're the only ones I've really enjoyed. The other ones are too rich or too expensive. This one's just the right price point, the right quality, great for Christmas, great for birthdays. But if anyone ever wants something special, and I mean really special, it's not too expensive, go to a local baker, whether it's French. I'm sure a French bakery can do it too. They could definitely construct a Sachertorte. They're fantastic. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
And shards of caramel brittle. To top it in black sesame, Mount Doom molten lava cake with raspberry lava ice cream and shards of narsal caramel brittle to tie it all together. So let us begin, my precious.
Whoa, okay, so raspberry balsamic ice cream. What to say? Balsamic is a really sweet, sour flavor as a condiment. I'm sure you guys might have had balsamic vinegar. So there's plenty of sugar and salt and sourness in that to make into anything. The thing is, it's so strong, you don't need much. And you're already combining that with raspberry. You're doing, that's a lot of sugar. So it's kind of like competing flavors. It could work. I've had raspberry sorbet. I've had raspberry gelato. I haven't had raspberry ice cream. I can't remember if I ever did. I must have when I was a kid, but I can't think of a time when I had it.
And so he's also going to put that on top of the what was it that he said he was making?
Lava cake.
Lava cake, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really going to be clashing, or at least different. Maybe it won't clash. I don't know.
It does sometimes work when you have a cream or an ice cream with something hot. Like it could work,
Message
but
coming
because
in.
it's raspberry,
Passionate.
raspberries are strong, and balsamic is really strong too. So you have this really sour, sweet thing that's cool, and then you have this hot, literally hot, molten, batter thing. It's like, oh. Anyway, is Tonald American? That would explain why his lava cake has ice cream. If he puts the ice cream in the cake, I have no idea what he's doing. Okay, that is just not how you do lava cake.
Well, especially with when would you put it in there?
No, you wouldn't. You'd never do that. That's stupid. That's crazy.
Yeah, but if you were to put it in there, when you probably would bake it first and take out what's in there and then put the ice cream in.
Message coming
That's
in.
what I mean. That's insane.
Patching it through.
Yeah,
Yeah, most
I'm
of
not-
the lava cakes.
I'm
that
not
I've seen-
disagreeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen many lava cakes, but the ones that I have, they've kind of got like a hole in the middle. So maybe he would put the ice cream in there and then kind of like scoop from the middle and eat part of the outside, part of the inside. But
You
I'm not
could, but that would be a waste of making the thing in the first. I don't know. Who knows what Tonal's going to do? It's always going to be extravagant, so we'll just keep our imaginations in check right now. Okay, DB tried his bigot sandwich recipe. Are you serious?
Yeah, he did make a bigot sandwich video. Well,
DB, did you seriously? Because we covered it on SmudTalk #1. I was like, wow, really good. Here's some money if you want to try. One problem with his videos is lack of precise measurements. I saw a lack of steps as well. So, yeah, he misses a lot of detail, which I think he really should fill in, because it's really, he had like 20 ingredients. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. All right. What's the dossiers of Sacratort servers in Toronto? The servers? I know some really good waitresses in Toronto based off certain restaurants. Depends where you go and what time of day. But nowadays in 2020, I have no clue. They could be all unemployed. They could be working in the kitchen. They could be doing deliveries. It's really up in the air. I'm in the dark since March, really, so I have no idea what it's like for waitresses or waiters. But my favorite have been the French. The French restaurants and their waiters have been stellar, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just the culture. I don't know. Maybe French girls are raised a bit differently. I couldn't tell you. I know it is in Montreal. I'm 100% correct. In Toronto, I don't know. Maybe she's from France. Of course, that's why. She the girl I know, she came from France. So there you have it.
well, if you come to any restaurant over here, pretty much all waiters and waitresses are gonna be very, very polite. It's a very strong cultural thing over here.
Oh yeah,
Be
for
polite.
sure. Big deal. Especially in Italian ristorantes, we have categories of restaurants in Italy. So there's like the tavola calda, the osterias, the hot tables,
Yeah.
la traviatas. Those are the things. So it's not a big deal, but once you get to the top, it's like, all right, there's like full service. Yeah, all right, okay, you got one guy just for drinks, one guy just for a menu, one guy just for the pepper. Okay. Anyway.
Alrighty, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a damn good ice cream. So
Okay, so let's just rewind that.
alrighty, so the first thing we're
Okay, so this is interesting because if you don't know your frozen desserts, there's ice cream, there's ice milk, there is custard, which he's making right now, which is a combination of in between this, gelato and frozen yogurt. And the main differences between those five is the amount of fat, the amount of air, and I think the amount of butter, but that's also butterfat or buttermilk. So it could be cream. I don't know. I have to look at my recipes again. But making a custard is creamier and has less fat than normal ice cream. So I would say it's half, or it's in between ice cream and gelato. Gelato has a lot less fat and a lot less air, and that's why ice cream from the West is whipped when they mix it. It's mixed very hard. So you trap a lot of air when you freeze it. And why he's going for custard, I don't know.
What we're going to do is make a damn good ice cream. So a custard is when you add sweetened hot cream and milk to room temperature egg yolks. First, harvest 5 yolks from...
Oh, there we go, eggs. So it's going to be, eggs, air, and fat or butter.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 major... Everything else is the same in those kinds of frozen desserts.
From 5 eggs. Give them a little bit of a stir, and then...
Okay, you're not stirring there, Tonald. You're whisking. That's... You're whipping the eggs.
Right. Your term's right.
Well, I'm just saying, if you ever make eggs in the morning, you're literally whipping your eggs. So you're not stirring, sir. Stirring is when you have a pot of tea, and you pour yourself a cup, and you stir your tea. So, yeah. Anyway.
I learned so much about English on this stream.
Set them aside. Next, heat up your cream, your milk.
Okay, you don't technically need cream as you're making cream with all that butter fat, but yeah, you could add cream. It's fine.
Your vanilla sugar, which is just normal sugar infused with an empty vanilla pod.
Wait, what?
Right.
A little bit of a stir, and then set them aside. Next, heat up your cream, your milk, your vanilla sugar, which is just
So it's just sugar with an empty vanilla pod? What? What's that going to do?
I don't know.
You know what that's like?
Okay.
That's like having a walnut, cracking the walnut and putting the shell in the sugar and saying walnut sugar.
No, vanilla sugar actually does have a slightly different taste.
Oh yeah, but you have to actually use the beans.
Yeah, I know.
That's going to do nothing.
Yeah, okay, the way he showed it does do nothing, yeah.
You have to chop up the beans and you mix it with the sugar. You have little black specks. So I don't know what this will do. I don't know how did he come to this conclusion? I don't know.
It's for the aroma, guys.
Maybe.
I would love for him to make that. I would love for him to make this and then taste it, and it tastes terrible, but he's still got to go like, yeah, that's good, yeah.
I always wondered about that in cooking shows, like the ones that aren't like the top tier, but the like middle tier, and when they always go like, "Oh yeah, it's so good," and then I always ask myself, "Is it really that good?"
Yeah. You have to have a very sensitive palate and know the dish well to know whether or not the cook did a really good job or just an average job. That's why Italians are so particular with their sauce and their pasta, because they've been eating it all their lives. And when you try it to a restaurant...
They make the best pasta.
Anyone can do it. It's really, really easy. It's so basic and simple. And you watch these chefs and they do crazy stuff in the kitchen. You're like, oh my goodness, what have you done?
Normal sugar infused with an empty vanilla pod, and a little bit of salt. Salt in desserts helps draw out the flavor of the sweet stuff. We're looking for a mixture.
That's true. Salt is an ionic compound, and sugar is a covalent compound. So there's wonderful things that your saliva does to those two things. But we're talking about salt. Everyone knows salt works very well.
Mixture that's hot but not boiling.
Yeah, and this is very important, or else you're gonna burn your sugar and whatever else you got in there. And if he's making eggs, you're gonna be cooking stuff. So I don't know what he's not telling us how hot this is, but he's making a cream to add into a ice cream maker, I assume. So yeah. Anyway,
I'm very curious if that Elvish script is actually accurate.
I don't honestly. I can't see this being a recipe anywhere online. He had to have come up with himself. There's no way.
Yeah. That's why I'm very curious.
Usually there's instructions about like temperature heating and amount of time put on.
He didn't show the ingredient for salt. He just showed him pouring the cup of sugar in there, and you're like, all right, fine, whatever. Salt is fine. Use it in most things, but it's not very helpful if you're missing key ingredients and quantities and temperatures, etc.
And time and all that.
Especially in baking when you're using so much sugar. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Quick question. I don't know how to since I'm on mobile, but maybe he has a little more of like an in-depth thing in like the what is it? The video description maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Can one of you guys check that if you're not on mobile?
I'm shortly checking it.
All right. We'll keep going.
Now comes the tricky bit, guys. You're going to temper the egg yolks by adding a little bit of this hot cream mixture to the eggs and then stir. Now add this mixture back to the pan that's still on the stove and keep stirring until you reach exactly 165 degrees. Why do we temper?
Still not stirring. You're whisking.
165.
So
Yeah.
He's still
description
whisking.
doesn't really have anything more. So his description doesn't really have anything more, and the the pinned comment also doesn't have.
Really? You see,
I gotcha.
if I was Tonald
What a
making a cooking
surprise.
show, I would link to my website that would have the recipe. Why not?
Also, I just saw there's a comment by Mola in all caps. Yes. So I think it was Mola's idea.
Mother, what have you done? Oh, God.
Wait, is he in the chat or is he commenting
No,
on
no.
this video?
In the comments of the videos.
Oh, okay.
All right, so essentially, what he wants to do here is not make scrambled eggs. So he's whisking it like crazy. Whisking it won't do much. It's really about the amount of liquid in the mixture there. So because he has so much other things like sugar, I don't know what's that's even. I've never made that amount of custard before. When I do make custard, use a double boiler. So we're not poaching it, but you're just using a double boiler for the heat from the boiling of the water. And you're stirring not too quickly, but you're watching it so it doesn't burn and doesn't coagulate too much. But I guess it's fine. I've never done it this way with one pot before. Custard is very specific, so it's usually heavy cream, but yeah, it's fine.
The eggs and stir like mad, guys, so we don't get scrambled eggs. Take it up.
Well, no, that stirring won't change anything. It's the temperature that will make.
Yeah, and he's whisking.
And he's whisking. You're
Well,
right.
also how quickly you heat it up.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can't put 250 or was it 400, 350? That's too hot. So he said 165, so that's fine. And if he said stir and he was actually stirring it, that'd be fine. So maybe he's trying to grind the sugar with that low heat because there's so much sugar.
What were those heat measurements?
It was 165.
Yeah, 160. What
That's
does
what he
that
said.
mean?
Yeah. What does that mean? It's very low heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that seems very low.
Yeah, so the reason why he's stirring it so much is to mechanically dissolve the sugar, because you can't do much with that kind of heat unless you sit there for a good 8-9 minutes maybe. Anyway, he knows what he's doing in that regard. He's not making fried eggs or what, an omelet or whatever, which is good.
Off the heat and cool it down. Balsamic vinegar ice cream? You've never seen that before?
Okay, so you have two very powerful flavors: raspberry, which is sweet and sour, and
I just realized something.
And vinegar in there too.
No, I didn't know what balsamic vinegar was for a long time, but when I now see it, I realized it's aceto balsamico, as we call it over here.
Yeah.
So I was confused, right? What is that? And I was like, oh, that's basically the vinegar we use.
Yeah, it's very famous on lots of salads. It's sweet. It's powerful. You don't need a lot. There's so much sugar.
No. Yeah, it's a very, very strong flavor.
So there's no need to add like more than a few tablespoons, maybe 2 tops. I don't know what he's going for, but I don't know how that contrasts with raspberries. Raspberries also sour, so it might work. It might. I don't know. I've never tried.
I think it would work, but just very, very careful dosage.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust this guy's measurements, considering he confuses stirring and whisking.
Well, I will confuse the two as well.
On that, there's a possibility he's just using like the language that.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't trust his measurements or his math here.
Does he have any math? I'm sure he does. He just hasn't shown us.
Well, I assume he does. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't turn out well.
Yeah. It would be disgusting.
maybe it's a trial and error. He just tried once and twice, and it's like, oh, that custard didn't work out too well. I'm gonna do it again.
He just buys a metric ton of every ingredient and then tries
Yeah.
over and over and over.
There are easier ways to make custard, and this is his own way.
He's probably figuring, yeah, no one's ever gonna try this. You know, they're not gonna call me out on this.
Yeah.
I think that he actually genuinely enjoys most of the food he eats. He tries, I think.
Oh, he'd have to. There's no way he'd do this without doing it beforehand.
Yeah.
While we're making this flavor here, let me go ahead and just say this one thing. Did you guys know that Nicolas Cage was supposed to be Aragorn? Talk about.
Whoa! Look how much he's putting in.
Holy shit!
That's a lot.
How much ice cream is he making?
Yeah, with that amount of aceto balsamico, you need to make a lot of ice cream.
Is he making like enough like for his family to eat or something?
Yeah, like for 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, you can keep it for a while.
He's gonna have to, because that's
Guess
way
so.
too much.
He's not even measuring, and he's just pouring it in. He's like, yeah, screw it.
Look how red that is. Wow.
Blood red.
No.
Oh, yeah, a little bit more.
You
Yeah.
actually reduce the balsamic vinegar in a pan by half before you add it. But that
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
Oh my God! This guy wants to.
I'm not gonna
reduce
do that.
balsamic vinegar. Do you have any idea how strong balsamic
Like,
vinegar
what
is?
does
He
that
wants to
do?
reduce
Yes.
it.
I know it's strong.
I can see Gordon Ramsay watching this, and he's biting his fist in fury.
This is like, hey, you want a shot of heroin? You know, it'd be even greater. Crystal meth in heroin. That would be. It's like no.
No, two shots of heroin.
2 shots.
So what does he mean by reduce? Like
Okay.
boil it and make it so it's even stronger?
Yeah, what happens when you do a reduction? You reduce wine, you reduce berry sauce or berries, so that all you get is like a syrupy, sugary salt. Like you're boiling off all the excess water and all the other stuff that comes in with the raspberries. With balsamic, it's already pretty pure, so you're just burning sugar and whatever water is in the balsamic. I don't know, 20%. And you have this syrup. It's already a syrup, so now it's even thicker. Like, ugh. Jeez, man, this is intense. Does he have like no taste buds? Is that how he cooks? He just burns everything?
Maybe.
This explains why he's.
Wait, he looks like a zombie?
The Ellie's sandwich. The Ellie's steak sandwich.
Let's reduce things. It's like, stop it! Go away from the oven, sir. Stop burning
Just waiting
things.
for Gordon Ramsay to like football tackle him. Like, no, stop!
Yeah, there's certain ways to deglaze a pan and properly add liquid to a hot pan and this and that. So, yeah, as long as he just mentioned it and didn't recommend it, that's fine. More sugar. Oh my God. What is?
I was waiting for him to put more vinegar
now just
in.
put the
More liquid something. It's too thick. But okay, let's see what he does.
Yeah,
flavor with the
Guys, the
custard,
bottle we saw was
stir it
actually
up.
the second part of the second bottle that he added. You know, there was a full one before that.
Oh my God.
And there was a third one which he drank before.
Ah.
Put it in an ice cream and let it go until it becomes ice cream. Congratulations, you just made homemade ice cream. I guarantee you guys, if you make this ice cream, it will make all other store-bought ice creams taste like dog poo-poo.
Okay, first off, you have to know what store-bought ice creams are. Typical ice cream has a certain degree of fat. We're looking at anywhere from 20 to 25%. The best standard ice cream I ever had was around 40%. So, honestly, there was a place called M&M's or Meats and More in Canada, and they used to serve. They no longer do it. They used to have 5 flavors of ice cream, and they were all amazing. Not because they were like the best chocolate or the best fruit. It was because they had 40% fat. The higher the fat, the yummier something tastes, and that's why I always say it's the most important ingredient in meals. So, what he just made here, if it's a custard ice cream, we're talking about 15% fat. So it's lighter than normal ice cream. So automatically you're losing a lot of flavor. But if you like raspberries, I guess that would work. I don't know. That could be goody. It could be yummier. But I wouldn't say better.
Are there any good Lord of the Rings games? No. Where in the absolute sandwich is the AAA Witcher-style Lord of the Rings adventure from the Shire to Mount Doom epic single-player RPG? It doesn't exist, and that is dumb. Okay, so we got the ice cream done. Now we need to work on our black sesame
what was the
brittle.
point of that?
This is a quick step.
To remind us that
But-
it's about Lord
That was a weird rant.
Yeah, it's like
Is this an indoctrination video?
Third Age. Think technically you got the Third Age video game, online video game, but yeah, you don't have a Witcher style Lord of the Rings game. You
Hey,
kind of have.
Sorry.
Are there any good games? I can't think of any. I'm not really big on the LOTR.
I thought there was only just like one Lord of the Rings video game. I don't really know.
There
I mean,
are
I've
quite
played
a
a-
few.
I've played a PlayStation 2 Hobbit game, but that one wasn't very good.
I remember
Fine.
like two that I distinctly remember are like on the PlayStation 2, the video game of the film, which was loads of fun, and on the Game Boy there was one that was fun, but that was years ago, so I'm not sure if they hold up.
I'm trying to think of them. I don't know all the history. I'm sure there's been
Oh.
a lot, but I haven't tried
I
them.
know that there's some RPG ones for like the actual mainline Lord of the Rings stuff that Mahler's played on some of his streams, but I don't know much about the Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah. So maybe he's accurate. I have no idea. It's not my thing. Anywho, Alex Halo, we should show Smud Hachama VTuber crazy cooking. That does not sound like fun.
VTuber cooking sounds awful.
Yeah. All right. Whoa. What is this for?
Wait, Sesame? What is Sesame?
Black sesame caramel.
No. It's black
caramel,
sesame.
however you pronounce it,
You can't even spell.
Oh,
Sesame?
sesame.
Black sesame. Caramel brittle.
Did he just spell it
Sesame.
wrong?
I think
Is
so.
sesame a food that you know of, Smud?
Let me check.
I'm quite sure
Is
it's sesame, yeah.
Because in the past he had
It's actually
this
just
little
Okay,
clip.
now I'm really concerned about this guy. He can't tell the difference between stirring and whisking, and now he can't spell sesame. Why are we listening to this guy talk about cooking?
In one of his previous videos, he called himself the White Samauri instead of the White Samurai.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Spelling
so
doesn't seem to be his forte.
black sesame brittle. This thing is so black. I mean, this is like a lot of sesame. So
Yeah, it does look like a lot of sesame.
usually a brittle is just a
Holy
combination of
crap.
sugar. That's very thin. This is like all black. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I've had was it white chocolate brittle, caramel brittle for sure, and chocolate brittle for sure. But I haven't tried black sesame, so I don't know. Don't know what that's like. It looks fine though. This is very very black. So lots and lots of sesame.
Heat sugar and water in a pan for about 20 minutes until
So
you
much
have
sugar.
caramel. Patience, my love.
Yeah.
And have faith that this
Holy.
horrible looking mess goop will turn into soft, sexy caramel.
The synthesizer.
But wait. What is the black sesame brittle for?
I don't know.
I think it's ornamentation or something.
Okay. Don't you usually first present the dish and then?
I think it's a big part of it because it's like he said at the beginning, like, what is it, like shards of narsil, sesame caramel stuff.
Oh yeah, right, something like that.
What he's gonna do is spread this on a tray so it cools, and like with baking paper, like that would be the best way to do it, and crack it or whatever you want to do to shape it. So, yeah, don't know what's going on yet, but we'll see. It's a lot of sugar.
When you have achieved a beautiful amber
Message coming
brown,
in.
throw in some black sesame
Patch it
seeds
through.
and bring the mixture
Some?
precisely to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This is known as the hard crack stage and will give us what is known as brittle, which we can break into whatever shape we want. Hell yeah, we just made the shards of narsil from the Fellowship of the Ring, which is
Really? Okay, that's cool. I like that. I see what he was going for there. He could have just used food coloring, but sure, let's waste all this. You know. Let's use real black sesame. He's like, fine, whatever, spend the money. Okay, it's your pantry, sir. I'm not going to judge you for that.
It seems like this man is independently wealthy.
Oh yes, look at that beautiful kitchen he's in. Oh my god.
Yeah, there have been some shots of his house in the other videos, and he looks like he's doing quite well for himself.
Yeah. Alex Halo, her co-workers' reactions. I would die if I eat that. This is super sweet. Yeah. And look how thick it is. That should be spread out a lot more on the cookie sheet. But it doesn't. You can't tell if it's burnt because it's already caramel, so it's it's black.
It will also because of sesame, it's completely black. So.
Yeah.
Isildur used one ring from the hand of Sauron. Did you guys know that Aragorn was supposed to fight Sauron at the end of the Return of the King? He comes flying down from the Black Gate on a huge ass dragon. Everyone's like, holy shit, Sauron, we're f***ing dead. He comes crashing to the ground, shockwave kills like 50 people. He's like, yeah, what's up? He looks over at Gimli, boom, just smashes him with his mace. Aragorn goes, no.
Wait, what is he talking about?
Was it a dragon or a
I like how he fades to black
It's,
on
delete-
his own talk. Like, yeah, even he's boring.
So
There was
okay.
Oh, okay, I'll let you.
So essentially, this is like like an original thing they were going to do in the Return of the King was they were going to have Aragorn fight Sauron at the end of the movie. They decided not to do that, and that's why Aragorn is fighting a giant CGI troll.
And we're talking
because they
about
pasted Sauron.
we're talking about the movie, not the book, right?
Yes.
We're talking about the movie. Yeah.
Okay. It makes more sense. There
Yeah,
we go.
and the movie, the book, no, that would never happen.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what? It never happened in the book.
There was originally like there's even like storyboard stuff written, and there's like behind the scenes stuff of Aragorn fighting something, but they ended up saying nope, that's not a good idea. Let's paste over a CGI cave troll with a sword to fill in the gaps, and that's just.
Okay, so he's obviously heard some behind the scenes story. That's cool. That's fine.
Gandalf throws a fireball at Sauron.
Bitter chocolate cookie. Okay. What? Lot of black, a lot of chocolate. All right, I know what he's doing, but he's doing a lot. This was a cake,
That
I
seems
thought.
like an awful lot of sugar.
Oh God, yeah. Who knows
Yeah,
how
even
much
for a
cocoa butter?
Halloween treat.
Sugar, cocoa butter, salt, raspberry, cream, butter. Yeah, lots of calories. Just so many calories. All right. Gemini Samimi just got here, but whoever was the lewd Dragon Ball Z pick is my hero.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I found that meme and I was like, this has got to be my profile for sure.
You're a man of hilarious and exemplary taste. Well, there you go.
Looks like a butt.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
All right, so we got bitter chocolate cookie crumble with the black sesame brittle on top of a raspberry balsamic ice cream, which is somehow next to some kind of volcano cake he hasn't even started making yet. So it's just okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, from before, that bowl of the cream where he poured the flavor with the vinegar and everything into it, it looked like way too little ice cream for that amount of vinegar and flavor.
Yeah, you want a good ratio between your main ingredient and your ice cream. So your ice cream is the creamy, smooth experience. Unless you're making gelato, then it should be concentrated. But then you're not whipping it. You're just using a different setting on your ice cream machine. So it really depends on what's your base. If you're using frozen yogurt, everything's a little different. But the way he's doing it is pretty standard.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Setter, how's it going?
Oh, hello. Oh, God. What a goddamn ride.
Yeah, we're having a dandy good time with our man Tonald Loke. And
I don't know if I can hear anyone again.
Yeah, this is... I don't know if you're familiar with baking or cooking or making ice cream or making cookies or making cake or whatever, but he's really he's going to town. He's really, throwing the pantry.
I think she can't hear
Message
us.
coming in.
Oh,
Patching it through.
I can kind of hear. Hello?
Hello. Yes.
Hello there.
I
Hello.
can't hear Smud. I see his ring going, but...
You can't hear me.
Try turning up his volume, his individual volume if you can.
Go for it.
Well, I'm on my iPad. I'm actually out of town, but I was like, "Oh, this looks fun." I have a down moment.
Alrighty. Well.
Do I join the screen sharing? Screen sharing unavailable. I don't want to share my screen.
There's a link called Watch Together. That's how it works.
Oh, do you have it in the chat somewhere?
It's in the chat.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Where you went.
Oh, let's see what happens here.
Okay, here's Mark in 3D. More like a feast for Diabeto, master of sugar. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'll be quiet until I get this figured out.
Yeah, so lots of sugar in every single thing he's done so far, and
Unless
this is
you're
going to
all
be no
done,
difference.
and then I'm too late.
Okay.
I myself have like a huge sweet tooth, but I don't think even I could stomach.
This is really, really sweet. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it looks.
I don't know how big this cake is supposed to be, but you have to understand, like, lava cakes are not big. They're one serving. They're very small.
Yeah, the ones that I've had are pretty small. Generally, like maybe the size of like 2 to 3 brownies of like what you would get at like a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah, they're not big at all. Okay.
There's a saying over here. It makes you grow fat even just from looking at it.
Oh God, my teeth are kind of like feeling a little icky.
You'd be able to taste it for like a few days afterwards, just the vinegar.
All right, here's Later Tears. Stop insulting our Lord Emperor King Tonald Loke. I don't know. The Lord of Sugar, maybe. I don't know. He's just scaring me. This is like
Emperor of Sugar and diabetes.
This is the most backwards recipe for lava cake. We haven't even gotten to the cake part yet. I don't know what's going on. We're making cookie crumble for some reason.
Step 3, let's make a bitter chocolate cookie crumble so we can have some dirt and some rocks below our Mount Doom cake. Grab yourself a food processor and begin by pulverizing almonds, which will be the base for the cookie. Next, just throw in some sugar, flour, salt, and
more sugar.
Can buy pulverized almonds.
I guess he wants to do everything from scratch. I don't know.
All right.
It's just a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
unsweetened cocoa powder.
Sweetened cocoa powder, not just cocoa powder.
Now slowly drizzle in some melted butter. The texture should be crumbly and delicious.
Crumbly. Wait, not the butter.
I like my textures delicious.
When did he put the butter in?
I don't know. His butter came out of nowhere.
He just said now.
I know. I know he said he was to put in butter, but he didn't show putting in butter.
Yeah, that's right.
He's drizzling it in, but I don't. Like, what is.
So you guys see that tube that's like over the top of it? He might be drizzling it in through that. I'm not sure.
We can rewind.
Maybe.
It's possible. Also,
Cocoa
how much
powder.
butter?
I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
Now slowly drizzle in some melted butter. The texture should be crumbly
Yeah, because it looks
and
like
delicious.
it's getting a lot more wet.
Oh,
there, so
Tony!
he might be
Why don't
drizzling
you
it
just
now.
use Oreos and crumble them up and just save yourself the time?
What? What was that? What did he just say?
Give yourself some more, just buy Oreos and ask like he's doing peanut gallery type thing where he's asking, "Why didn't you just get Oreos?"
Oh, that's what he said. I thought he was
He's
screaming.
basically doing us right now.
Yeah.
Slowly drizzle in some melted butter. The texture should be crumbly and delicious.
Oh, Tony! Why don't you just use Oreos and crumble them up and just save yourself the time?
Well, guess what, bro? We don't take shortcuts on this show. We make everything by scratch because that's the right thing to do, bruh.
Message coming in.
Oh my god.
And now we add some more balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, I would not eat this personally. No, thank you.
I definitely wouldn't eat it all put together. I might try like parts like in
Okay.
in isolation.
I'm
But I
thinking.
definitely wouldn't eat it all
Yeah.
together.
I'm thinking like maybe a try-hard contestant on like Master Chef or something. I'm gonna do Mount Doom, but I need a base. It has to be like made of chocolate and this or that. Look at that thing. That's gigantic.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What? What happened?
Can you hear us now?
I think I did something. Hello.
And you're back.
Hi, it's the first time I'm doing this, and I figured it all out.
Yay! You pressed the button. Fantastic.
I did. I don't. Well, what's he making?
Oh God, I don't know.
Good question.
Lava cake. Doom lava cake.
An
Oh,
explosion
alone?
of sugar.
It's just sugar.
With no sugar?
It's so much sugar.
Oh, with too much.
This is a
sugar.
cookie crumble thing. Yes. I don't know.
Which is funny. I was just watching the Great British Bake Off, and they were
Oh,
really well.
yeah, those are good.
Oh,
I
you
like those
should-
shows.
Oh yeah, great show.
All right. John Lemley. Tonald clearly isn't concerned about how these things will taste when put together. Maybe. I don't know. I think he is. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have the excuse of it being stylistically designed to be that way. I think he's doing this specifically to make it look like Mount Doom. And he's inventing all the, like, I need a base, like a cookie base. So he's going to make his own cookie base. I need lava, so that'll be the cake lava. And then he needs ice cream. I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe the mountaintop.
I thought the ice cream is supposed to be the lava.
No,
because
that
it's
can't be
red.
right. That's not right. That
Wait,
makes-
he said it.
The custard stuff he made.
Yeah. Custard ice cream.
Yeah, that would definitely be a style over substance here thing going on.
Yeah, you can't have frozen lava. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Also, I
Oh,
would
is he
like
trying
to
make
say
it
that
run or something? Is he going to melt it later? Because custard's pretty. Well, it doesn't flow, but it does look creamy. But like, I don't know, paint doesn't flow like
Well,
lava.
no,
so.
he's gonna freeze it as ice cream. So he's gonna whisk
Oh.
it in that machine. So when I think of
Oh.
custard, I think of something you refrigerate and you serve it as a custard. That's why you make custard. You can use custard cream or custard milk in ice cream. That's true. I've seen it. But it's a very specific kind of recipe though, compared to the 5 different other kinds of frozen milk treats you could make that would work just as well. So
Yeah. All I know is the bag technique where you put ice and salt and you shake it around and it's a little experiment.
yeah,
You make ice that way in school.
you can do it that way. That probably would have been better because that's one serving, as opposed to
That's true.
I don't know 30. I don't know how many.
A candy shop's worth.
How many? I don't know. That gelatinous red liquid was like, oh my, that is so thick. You have to dilute that with like 30 times the amount of cream.
Also, saying
like
that
put cream into making cream.
also saying that something was stylistically designed to be that way is not a good excuse.
Right. So obviously he has some training. I just don't know if he has taste buds. 'Cause-
That's a good question.
Honestly, I think he might have been self-taught. I think I slightly remember the interview. Did he go to school for it?
No.
Because he could have just looked up how to do these things and watched too much binging with Babish and didn't really consider the flavors, but kind of just how it looks on camera.
It sounds like half the contestants on MasterChef. Yeah, I'm self-taught.
If I remember correctly, on the EFAP he was on, he said that he was mostly self-taught because, he had to cook a lot at home. So I think that's what he said.
Yeah, I think he is self-taught because this looks like how I would cook. I knew how to do the techniques because I watched the Gordon Rambo on the interwebs, but the taste might vary.
Well, this is baking, so this is a whole other discipline.
Oh, this is baking, so this has no room for error.
Yeah, that's part of it. And it looks like a giant mess to me, but okay, he knows what he's doing. That's fine.
It looks like a giant sweet mess.
Oh God, yeah, we put our faith in whatever the hell he's trying to make, because I have no idea how this is going to turn out.
Are you going to do one of those debunking videos where you remake exactly what he does and actually see?
Oh
how
God, you can't even. He has no measurements. He's nothing. Add salt. Like what?
You just gotta eyeball it, Smud. Just eyeball it.
Add sugar.
No, you just got to ballpark it. Yeah, it's close enough.
As my ancestors would say, you feel it.
Yeah, stir the eggs. Like what? Stir with a whisk.
As he's whisking them.
Whisk the eggs by stirring it. Like
in Switzerland, there's a saying. You say wrist times P. So that's how you make your measurements.
You just have to feel your heart slow down from all the sugar, guys.
That corner is coming.
And add more balsamic vinegar.
Just add enough balsamic vinegar.
You just have to be able to feel your blood pressure.
Wait for your pancreas to go into shock. Oh my God. It's good now.
When you feel your blood thicken, that's when it's good.
I'm like,
didn't he say that this was going to be the base? Like, look how big that is. If that's the,
well, I know it's gigantic. It's a full cookie tray.
I think he's trying to do all of Mordor, though. I mean, just
that's huge.
He's making
that's
like 3 cheesecakes.
If that's what he said.
Like a pizza, like a party pizza cheesecake. It's just gigantic.
Sauron is a big boy. So.
Big. Oh yeah.
You can just imagine that he presents the final dish to Sauron, and Sauron's like, "I didn't order this."
What the hell is that?
One slice of diabetes, right for
Diabetes gonna get you.
Well, if nothing else, if he served it to Sauron and he ate it, it might kill him.
No, it's just he serves it to Sauron. Sauron's like, I didn't order this, and then you hear it was from me, and then it pans over and you see diabetes. No. He serves it to Sauron, and then you just hear diabetes off camera go, "Oh, I'll have some of that." Oh yeah, even better.
Can I get 4 of those? That looks like a small meal.
This is for a normal man size. I want 4.
Oh, I need about 6 more of these.
I want the adult portion, not that kid's portion over there.
Can I get a number 9? A number 9 large? A 6 extra dish?
A number 6. 2 fries.
2.45 and a large soda.
An extra
giant.
And of course a Diet Coke.
Right? Diet Coke sucks.
I don't drink any soft drinks, so.
See, I got addicted to soda like my last year of college, and so the only way I don't drink soda and have the negative effects is the diet, and I'm slowly switching to tea, but it's like heroin in the veins when I take a sip of Dr. Pepper.
It's too sweet for me.
I know.
I like diet cranberry ginger ale for Christmas. That's my favorite.
You see, I don't drink soda myself, but the main reason why is because like the fizziness, I don't like the texture of it on my tongue. I just hate it.
Okay.
I love sparkling water.
I love sparkling water. Any carbonation, whether it's sparkling champagne beer from Belgium or just basic mineral water from any part of Italy, really, they're all fantastic. I love it.
Oh god, I had to learn the hard way that sparkling water makes me burp like crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I work at
That's
a
the fun
museum,
Oh,
and I was having sparkling water while working, and I just have to keep my mouth shut and burp insanely loud during work.
what, you have not learned the technique of burping with your mouth closed and releasing
Yeah,
air
no,
from
no,
your
no.
nose?
No, but they were so loud that you still could hear it a bit, even though my mouth was closed.
All right. Here's Mr. John Lamley. Thank you, sir. Bob wouldn't even be proud because there's no Mountain Dew. Oh. You know, if there was someone to use Mountain Dew in cooking, it might be Tonald. I wouldn't be surprised if he could pull that off.
Oh god, that reminds me of
Doesn't that,
Epic
like, acid
Mealtime.
coat whatever you're pouring into it?
In Epic Mealtime, they used to throw in Jack Daniels into pretty much everything.
What? Jack
Yeah.
Daniels?
Yeah, it became a meme where it just like cook something and then randomly Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I have
Nothing like a good old thing of Jack.
I have a chef friend, and she only loves the original number 7
Message
Jack
coming in.
Daniels. She
Patch it
knows
through.
all the others. She knows like Old Gentleman Jack, the cinnamon red one. She knows them all, and she went down to she did the whiskey tour. But her favorite's still the cheapest, number 7, and that's her thing. And you give her that for Christmas or her party or birthday, she's like, oh, you know me so well.
What's
It's like
the whiskey tour?
the whiskey tour, yeah.
Is that in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Birthday
Little
idea.
town, the middle of nowhere. It's kind of strange. Yeah, all the Jack Daniels comes from there, which is kind of funny.
Oh, I
just
bet.
learned I just learned that there's more than one kind of Jack Daniels.
Oh God, there's at least 6 that are standard, and there's like seasonal stuff, and then there's like
They have like sweet beer Jack Daniel things.
I have a honey Jack Daniels.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I think we only import the one, so
Oh, I live in the home state, so.
I live over here in small Switzerland. So
Yeah. Well,
Well, okay, so you get the better end of the stick here. I would go to Switzerland any day.
it's very nice over here.
yes, it is.
Yeah, it looks like it. I hate people who show videos of them walking down the street, and I'm like, you fucking live there. Fuck you.
I can show you some pictures of me going for a walk. I live right next to woods and everything.
Do it. I need a good weep.
Oh. Well, I'm already
It's just so beautiful.
I'm already crying.
Beauty.
So let's keep our tears limited to one person so far. We could do that later, okay? Oh.
Well, you could maybe use the moisture on this cookie cake thing.
Oh God, smear it on my joints. Like, oh.
Pour the vinegar in your eyes and it'll make you cry.
Oh yeah, the balsamic vinegar. There's just so much of it. You may as well moisturize your face.
With the tears of what could have been.
Yeah, a delicious salad. No, it has to go into ice cream.
Oh my god, I have to go into like vegetarian fast after that. Oh god. I can't. I'm too old for sugar beer, and I'm not even that old.
Did you say sugar beer?
Oh, those seltzers bullshit, or like sweet tasting beers. Just have a lot of sugar in them, and it makes me What, you don't have like those sweet beers, like the fruity?
We do.
We have beers called wheat beer or wit beer, which has, raspberry or blueberry flavored or infused, but they're not sweet.
Oh, we have like, I guess they do put sugar in it. It's like these seltzers, they're supposed to be low calorie, but there's like, have you heard of Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Yeah, but that's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that. It's not great.
When I was first getting into drinking, I was like, I don't like the flavor, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, these taste super sweet, and then I get the goddamn hangover.
Those
of my
are
life 'cause of the sugar.
vodka coolers or wine coolers in some capacity, but yeah, you have to actually
Yeah,
like
I suppose.
if you want a good vodka cooler, get the Smirnoff. They do really good mixes.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know if you have a thing there in Canada, but here it's called getting iced. If it's a party or whatever, someone brings you up like an ice Smirnoff, and you're supposed to chug the whole thing at once. I mean,
Oh God.
stupid drinking games.
No, I never did that sort of thing growing up. So
I'm
I was
lost on
drinking wine
everything
as a
here.
little boy, so
What you want to learn that the hip young things the Americans are doing these days?
no, you're
Because I'm not the person.
I'm good.
Smart, Smud.
I mean, I think the hip young thing most of are doing nowadays is rioting
Oh,
streets,
yeah.
but I think we shouldn't do that.
No, you shouldn't do that. It's definitely one of those stupid young person things that you do it because you kind of know it's stupid, but it's great.
Well, there's plenty of good and bad beer all throughout every country. So America's great with beer.
Suggestions then. You
I
make
fully
like a
agree to
suggestion
that.
list.
Yeah. So I've had my share of bad seasonal beers and fantastic seasonal beers and standard beers, craft beers, you name it. But the beer culture in the States is just stellar. It's absolutely fantastic.
We have loads
yeah.
of fantastic beers too, but barely any of them get exported.
Oh, I know. Belgium has every goddamn corner street, every mom and pop shop. There's like 200 beers that you've never heard of, and they all sell out. Same with wines in Italy. Same with water, drinks, and what have you. We don't get them in Canada. They all sell out. So it's how it goes.
Ooh.
All right.
Funny.
Lieutenant Colonel Tanya von de Gurschiff, thank you. Sweet beer is like Disney trilogy. It doesn't exist.
Okay, maybe I'm just getting the name wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of
Message
sugary
coming in.
alcohol. Like you
Patching it
buy
through.
premix. Maybe I just am dumb sometimes.
I think the alcohol
Maybe she's-
content is around 20-25%. They're pretty strong, but they're fantastic. They're really good flavors. If
Maybe
you want
she's
to,
just thinking of Kool-Aid, guys.
Oh yeah, is that what it is?
It's basically Kool-Aid with like stuff that will get you drunk. Could be like lighter fluid. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see this cookie base he's making for Mount Doom. Is he doing more? What is he doing?
I think
I think
that
it's
was
the same. It's the same one. He's putting it into a container.
I thought
Did
he
he
was
make too much?
I thought he was repeating the previous 10 seconds. What is he doing? All right.
Let's just keep going. What he does. Just keep saying what he does.
What
And
is
there's
that?
the final product.
What happened?
There's
Wow,
the
that-
final product.
What?
that cake looks delicious.
It's pitch black.
I mean, it says Mount Doom cake. That must
Yeah.
be the final product.
That is a bit odd.
That's
Yeah.
Wait,
the
do we eat the cup along with it or not?
yeah.
Then his
Gotta get all that flavor.
I thought
then
maybe
his
it's,
hand comes into frame, and you see that his hand is like a tenth of the size of the bucket.
maybe it's
One of
just
those
a cup of Greek coffee. I don't know.
Looks very thick
Sludge.
for coffee.
He just chugs that in one gulp.
That would be hilarious.
It's 50% sugar, guys.
All that
50?
sugar we saw him dump
Don't
in.
you mean 400% sugar?
I'm no mathematician.
I thought it was. I
Excellent
was gonna say
joke.
over 9,000 because I was staring at this guy's things, but I realized that's such a dead meme. Oh God.
All right. Here's Joe Crazy. I've been brainwashed to buy Dos Equis beer. Really? It's not. It's fine. I'm not against.
Are you Mexican?
No, but I'm saying Dos Equis is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just nothing special.
Oh yeah.
I've had it. It's like
Message
it's
coming in.
beer. You can
Patch
drink
it
it.
Oh,
through.
my Mexican friend. That's what she like exclusively drank with the lemon. If you were brainwashed to do it, were you brainwashed by a Mexican? It's all right, decent beer, but I mean, if it gets you drunk, it gets you drunk. I'm at that point in my life.
Well, what's that beer that's Corona? That's the Corona you always put a lime in. I don't know about Dos Equis, though. Like
That's what she did.
whenever you go to a bar and they serve you a Corona, it should always come with a lime. So, and I don't know why.
Tastes better. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a selling thing. I don't know.
It could be just a marketing thing, but it's usually those flavors. They like to put lime on a lot of things.
This is true. Yes, lime is a fantastic seasoning for foods and drinks alike. I just I never got my buddy when I helped him move. He bought a case of of Corona, and then he had to. Oh wait, I gotta go get some limes. And he ran to the supermarket, and 20 minutes later, like, dude, what was that all about? Oh, you have to drink it with the limes. Like, okay, fine.
Maybe it's just like a placebo thing.
No,
I don't know. Whatever, it's cool.
It kind of freezes for me.
Tonald, it's a coffee cup. Come on, man. You're not fooling anyone. What are you doing, Tonald? Tell us. Describe what's happening on the screen, sir.
Use your words, Tonald.
Yeah. Words, please.
To make the cake, we're going to first make a...
Go back.
All right.
Flakes were like, a whole bunch of those flakes were like spilling out of the flame.
Yeah, I was just wanting to say the same thing.
Yeah, this shot.
Exploding all over the place.
They're spilling out.
Gotta wipe up and sweep after this shot.
It's not great. It's not.
He's got a maid that.
He's got to sell the shot, right? He's got to be explosive.
If you pour the seeds not on the center little console thing, they'll go into it and not bounce out.
Well, maybe also not pour them from like a meter above it.
Yeah.
You know, Tonald, they have these things called measuring cups.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
No, that would be easy.
That would be practical. What are you talking about?
It's
I'd be taking a shortcut.
Guys. It's the aesthetic.
It's not sexy enough. You got to make it sexy.
The aesthetics.
It doesn't please my eyes. It doesn't miss the hole. It has to bounce out all over the place.
Also, what a great shot of his sink. At least it's clean.
These nice marble countertops.
Not for long with how much is spilling out.
Message coming in.
Yeah.
Patching it through.
I do like that marble. I will say that is a good marble
And
countertop.
I don't know if those blades will actually do anything to whatever he's putting in there, but okay.
I don't think so either.
Well, maybe he hasn't put in everything yet. Let's see what he does.
Here's Gemini Samimi. I hate the taste of anything alcoholic. Not a fan. That's totally cool. Not everyone does.
Yeah, I got used to the flavor, but I'd say, it's not fun sometimes.
Lots of
But
alcohol.
you're not drinking it for the taste.
No. Well, you are, but that's me. Everyone drinks for different reasons, but lots of alcohol.
Yeah.
Even.
Well, I recently graduated college, so.
Well, it depends on what you drink. Whiskey, for example, is an acquired taste like scotch, like rye.
I love whiskey and scotch.
Yeah, it depends. Like I like Tennessee whiskey, or usually what's referred to as bourbon. So it's just my preference, but I like all different kinds. I haven't tasted. There's so many flavors out there of just scotch alone, Irish whiskey, Canadian rye. That if you're into drinking or if you're into traveling, and you take a wine tour, you take a whiskey tour, whatever your travel destination might be, spend the extra day, have some fun, taste some new things. It's always a good experience. Even if you don't like it, just smell it. Just smell the oak and the barrels and it's a great experience. People, even if they don't want to drink, there's lots of food they serve you too. So.
Oh, you're in brewery culture, yeah.
Oh, especially with beer. Oh my God. People that have brew houses, they will serve you the best cuts of whatever. You got to try our Saison. You got to try our this or that. It's like, okay. And it's like, I've had the best food at beer houses.
Yeah,
I should check if the local brewery has something like that.
Oh God,
I'm doing at my work, I'm doing a big branding project for like cleaner for breweries, but I get to be in that world for a bit. And it's super fun.
Oh yeah, they're so passionate. They're so like, oh, we got to make the best batch. We got to have all these barrels filled up by tomorrow. We got to watch the timing on our last batch. They're always making sure they have the freshest, best ingredients, and they're looking to expand. They're looking to expand their warehouse. It's all like lots of business, lots of timing, making sure everyone's happy. Everything's pure.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to one of those places before, and even though I personally don't drink or anything, they would do all their brewing and stuff in house. But like their regular food was just phenomenal in general as well.
Oh yeah, I have a couple of those in my hometown, and I actually need to explore the new place I'm living at in the downtown area and all the breweries.
One idea: if you ever go to Japan, check out the Suntory distiller. They do whiskey, they do beer, they do all sorts of things, They're
yeah.
fantastic.
Ain't that the dream? Well, someday I'll afford to be able to go visit Japan.
Yeah. Well, not this year or next year or the year after that or the year after that, but
Probably about 5. You know,
5
before,
years.
before I get hung down with the kids and shit.
Yeah.
The small town I don't live far outside has actually a small brewery that makes excellent beer. I should check out if they have something like that.
Oh my god. Swiss brewery.
It's part of the old town in a building that is really, really old. Like, I think
Oh my god.
it goes back to 1500 or older.
Message
like
coming
in.
Right next to the close by to the castle that's over there.
Oh my god.
What?
Now I know
awesome.
where I'm going for my next year. Well, next, as if I ever gone, next European trip.
All right. Here's John Lemley. For me, I can only drink alcohol that is strong, or else I get no value from drinking. But strong alcohol usually doesn't taste good, and mixing drinks and adding ice just makes it weaker. It really depends on what you consider strong. For example, average whiskey flavors of concentration, just of ABU or alcohol is 40%. That's the average. Usually throughout the world. There's stronger South Korean, I think it's called Koju. It's a little stronger on average. You're talking about barrel strength whiskey, that's 60, 59, 65, around there. So it depends on what you're going for, what flavor you want, and what flavor you're going for in your whiskeys. So there's Scotch from Isle of Islay, which is peaty. There's whiskey from Ireland, which is fragrant and floral. There's all different kinds of flavors, and usually the alcohol brings it out. If it's not bringing it out, it's usually very strong. It's been past its prime. There's lots of rye Canadian whiskeys like that. There's one I have. I think it's 41 years old, 42. Pretty strong stuff, but the flavor is just dying. You could tell it's dying, but still good. So it depends what you're after in your strong alcohols. There's a whole range of flavors.
I guess so. I think you might be one of those people that gets the cheap vodka that tastes like nail polish remover and just, shoots it back, no chaser. That's the least amount of calories, gets to the drunk the fastest.
There are people like that. I actually don't like the cheap vodka or the cheap tequila because...
Nobody likes the cheap vodka or cheap tequila. They get it because it's cheap.
I know, and I'd rather spend the extra $20 and get a decent
message coming
tequila,
like
Patron or whatever, and just share that with a friend. And that's the hard part. If you're a collector, you have to have a buddy or a family member that likes the same thing as you, or you're wasting your money. You really.
Then you can't be accused of being an alcoholic.
You got to share it. Yeah, you have to share it. You don't drink alone. You should. You should always drink with family or friends.
Sure.
Oh God.
Just a life lesson I learned.
Okay, so then what is your recommendation for a good vodka? Because all I know is the nail polish, but I want a better one.
The standard one is Grey Goose.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. It's good for mixing, though. Because you should never drink vodka straight. There's Stoli, was it Classy? What is it called? Not Vidal, Stoli Cristal. Slichnia Cristal. That's the best I can think of. But that's expensive. I don't know why you'd want to buy that. I used to work,
sometimes in a movie.
Yeah, I used to work with a bunch of Russians, and they would tell me all these other names of vodkas that were fantastic, and I never got into it because it's just not my thing. But they were cheap. They were like cheap, like $30, $35 bottles, and like the good vodka that they were telling me doesn't hurt. It makes your throat warm, and it's the smoothest thing you've tasted. It should always be smooth. It should never harm you. And the reason behind that,
coughing after it.
Well, yeah, you could, but you probably shouldn't be drinking at that point. But
oh yeah, that was fair.
The reason is because the ladies have their time at the bar and they get together and they vent, and the guys have their time at the bar, and the guys just want to just relax, have a little cathartic moment with their friends, shoot the shit, and have a good time away from their female counterparts. That's all. That's all it is. It's the whole Russian culture back 40, 50 years ago.
Getting
And
away from the ball and chain.
yeah, it's maintained all this years. I don't know why. So vodka's still around, all because of camaraderie and people in the workplace, and the separation of men and women. And it's fantastic. So
I once tried Polish vodka,
ooh,
and it's called spiritus rectified something. It basically means rectified spirit. It was 192 proof, which was basically 95% alcohol.
Oof.
Yeah.
Run a car
And I
off
had-
of that. Jesus.
Yeah, and I had like just a little splash of it in a shot glass, and they told me when you drink it, you're supposed to shoot it back. Don't let it touch your lips or your tongue. Just shoot it back like a shot of tequila. So I tried to shoot it back, and I ended up sipping it. It burned my lips, burned my tongue, burned the roof of my mouth, burned all the way down my esophagus. And I was like, and it was just like a little splash, like a teaspoon of it.
was it?
And then I look over at the guy who owned the bottle. He filled up the shot glass all the way to the top, and he slammed it back, and he just sat there and didn't say or do anything. I was like, okay, yep.
Was
I'm
the
done.
bottle plastic?
In Soviet Russia, vodka drinks you.
I'm just curious, because once you get past a certain concentration, you can't serve it in glass. You have to serve it in like a certain plastic container, because the alcohol starts dissolving.
Really? It will eat glass?
Yeah, there's you got to be careful with acid and alcohol concentration.
it
Once you
is.
get past like 75 or so. So, I know this because a buddy of mine is Polish from back in college, and he was telling me about the name of this thing, which is 100. I think it was 190, 180 proof, and they serve it in this little plastic container, and that's how they pour it because it's so strong.
It's like just.
There's other
shit
drinks like
poisoning
that.
himself.
There's
It's so
absinthe
absurd,
that's
I
like
love
that. I've seen a chartreuse, which is like, I don't know, 140 proof, I think. But
Oh, God.
usually you dilute those with spring water and sugar. So,
The same amount of sugar that Tonald uses.
oh God, no. Okay, we're
That's sugar with a splash of alcohol. That's what that is.
Have you ever had absinthe? I don't know if you've seen how they serve it. You have a
I
glass.
have.
Lab to.
You have a glass, and then you have a
Diamonds
little
not
tray
lab to.
the sugar cube sits on, and you pour the water in, and then you pour the absinthe in. And it dissolves the sugar as you pour.
Well, I once had
Oh,
pure
wait.
absinthe.
I'm
So-
confusing it with something else. No, I haven't ever seen absinthe.
Okay.
What am I
Absinthe is
thinking
really
of?
strong and foul. I don't like it.
Is it? Maybe it was. It's.
There's two
Like
kinds. They're
one of
both, well, they're not traditionally green. Chartreuse is definitely green. Absinthe comes in a
Okay.
variety of colors, but absinthe is really
Oh, is
strong.
absinthe the color one? Okay, then I'm definitely. That's not what I'm thinking about. No, I've never encountered like a chance to do it.
You gotta watch it. If a friend has it at a party, he's like, "All right, I'll try a little bit." And if it's spring water,
Don't take much of it. It's really.
I know the heroin trick. I know not to do absinthe.
okay, all right. Just so you know, always drink with friends. Okay.
Oh yes.
Joe
I always
Cozy.
do safety kiddos.
I'm all about the classic Jack and Coke. Can't go wrong. That's a classic. No problem there, sir.
Jack Coke's good, yeah.
John Lemley, I go for cognac or brandy a lot. That is what I grew up on. Italians love cognac and brandy. Anytime a family member came by, it was always cognac.
Oh, are you Italian?
Yeah, it was always cognac or brandy. They come from grapes. I mean, it's just standard stuff with your wine. And my uncle is a big fan of brandy, so it's either the Hennessy, the VSOP, the Napoleon, other brands I haven't recalled, but fantastic. Armagnac is my favorite, actually, but brandy's good too. Okay, Joe Crazy. Damn, might as well drink rubbing alcohol. If it's that, it's rubbing alcohol is less than that. It's way less than that. So yeah.
It would harm you less to do it just
Yep.
to get the bottle out of the nails section.
Yeah. There is scotches that smell like turpentine I've had. So yeah.
Message coming in.
And that's not
Patch it
even
through.
close to 95%. That's more like 50 tops. It's all about what's in the drink. All right, let's see what this powdered stuff is.
To make the cake, we're going to first make a black sesame paste by blitzing black sesame seeds with honey until you get an ooey gooey puree.
Ugh.
All right, next we need to get 2 egg yolks and 2 eggs into a bowl with some vanilla sugar and get the old egg beaters.
Vanilla sugar.
I looked away.
God, so much sugar.
No,
Wait,
vanilla
is he
sugar.
doing more than what he did earlier.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Eggs make sense if you're baking a cake. I just don't know. That's at least a cup of sugar. I don't know, man.
Just there and not including everything else.
Well, this is finally, we're past the halfway point. He's finally making the cake part, so.
What was the rest of it? Holy shit.
Don't ask.
Sometimes American dishes can be like that, though. I was making some cookies, like a small batch, and it called for 2 cups. But
yeah, but you're making like 24 cookies. You're not making.
That's true. I am making.
You're not making one cookie.
So I guess it's divided out.
Yeah.
Okay, the one thing I have to say, when I was in the USA once, whenever we tried anything sweet, it was so gosh darn sweet.
Yeah. That's
compared to what we get over here, it just felt like you just add double the amount of sugar.
Double is a good estimate for American cooking.
Well, they have to get you addicted to it, so you keep buying it. That's basically what it is.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a place called Big Boys. It was a diner. And I ordered...
yeah, they're still around.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're great. I ordered French toast. 4 big honking pieces of French toast covered in syrup, not maple syrup, covered in corn syrup, because it's American, of course. Powdered sugar all over the top, a hunk of butter on top that was melted.
Oh, God.
And then jam. They gave me like little packets of jam, and I was like, what the hell is that?
It is corn syrup, isn't it? Because you live up in Canada where that shit isn't expensive to buy.
It's not that expensive, but it's more expensive than corn syrup.
Yeah.
It's way better than corn syrup, but corn syrup is not as sweet as maple syrup. So if they gave me real maple syrup, I would have probably had a... And I was like 10 or 11 when I went down there with my parents. I was like, oh my God, this is four stacks of French toast just seeping in syrup and sugar. So
I don't even know if we can buy corn syrup over here.
You don't want to.
I mean, we have maple syrup and it's great.
Yeah.
It's usually Canadian as well.
Yeah.
Well, corn syrup's so unnecessary. They just have it because they have an overabundance of corn because we just keep making it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's always been the Aunt Jemima brand, which is no longer on. She's no longer featured because black people. I don't know.
It's just the aunt brand now.
It's just person who makes corn syrup.
I was kidding.
We want
person of familial relationship to yourself.
Branding. We're so good. We did such great things. Completely ignore us funding the problem.
The American thing where like a lot of our food tastes super sugary compared to most places, or at least better, I guess, in air quotes.
Better. We're just addicted.
Yeah, in air
to
quotes. America's FDA, we have some regulation that allows there to only be 10% of foreign contaminant in all food, 10% being the max. Generally, places have like a lot less than that. Most other countries that I know of, back when I learned about this law, that was like maybe 5-ish years ago, these laws could have changed in European countries by now. They would allow a lot higher percentage of foreign contaminant in their foods as well. I don't know if that's still the case, but there are laws in place like that, especially in America, and our foreign contaminant allowance is a lot lower than most places, which also adds to the huge amount of flavor in American food.
Is that foreign imports?
No, like literal foreign contaminant in the food. Like say, like 10%
like
of your food is allowed to be bug pieces or things that are literally not what you're selling. So like in
Oh.
sugar, say that like 10% of it at most in America is allowed to be foreign contaminant, meaning not the thing you're selling.
Interesting.
Anything that's not sugar, so like dust.
Okay.
So like dust, bug parts, things along those
Yeah.
lines. In most other countries that I know of, it's at least a decent bit higher, sometimes upwards of like 20 to 30%. Granted, those laws could have changed since I last checked about it.
Wow. Scary stuff.
All right.
Yeah, well, I guess America's the cleaner one of it. It's kind of strange though, but
The FDA is pretty strict, yeah.
yeah, they can do some good most of the time. Besides
Most of their
conflict of
general
interest.
guidelines are pretty good, but
Mhm.
more specific stuff tends to be worse.
The
Yeah.
only thing I know is that everything over here is insanely expensive compared to other countries, but at least you get quality for the price.
Oh, it's because you don't have the subsidies about all the cheap ass things. They're cheap because they're subsidized. Processing things 7 million times is never cheaper than just the raw stuff, but it's
Just-
price whacked.
Yeah, just
Message
general
coming
cost of
in.
living is very high.
Patch
I mean,
it.
like,
Mhm.
always when I hear Americans talking about how much their food costs, I'm like, holy crap. That's like
Oh, yeah.
so
No,
much,
unless you're
so,
here in
so
America-
much less.
Food,
Here in
gas,
America, unless
cars,
you're going out to
Oh
houses.
my god. Oh god, I hate the fact we have to drive everywhere. I wish it was like a European city where you can go and everything's within walking distance, but we have zoning laws.
Well,
So,
Now, me personally, I live in the Midwest, so like my cost of living isn't nearly as high as places over in California. But even
Oh, yeah.
here, food tends to be super cheap. Like for a full
What
pound
state?
of like oranges or apples, Missouri. For a full like pound of like oranges
Hey.
or apples, it's like $1 to $1.50 and things like
Oh,
that.
oh,
It's really, really
holy
cheap.
crap.
Yeah,
I think that would
at,
be,
like,
it would
at,
be
like,
around
food grocery stores. It's super cheap
my
here.
Oh yeah.
my rough estimate would be between 8 and 10 Swiss francs.
So, shall we
Which
get
is-
back to the video?
yeah, let's get
Yeah.
back. Let's get back. All right, Joe
I thought
Crazy.
so as well.
Did this dude buy the entire sugar plantation? Yeah, I don't know.
He probably went to the store on the sugar section and just put his arm and let it go like sink into his cart.
Buy those 2 kilogram bags and just kept, oh, these are heavy. I could, get some workouts while I walk to the car, that sort of thing.
Guys, the reason why Tonald Loke's house is so nice is because he's the leader of a Cuban sugar cartel.
He's the one keeping them in business.
No, that's so many people.
First you get the sugar, then you get
Then
the
you
power,
get the diabetes.
then you get the women.
Out and mix on high for 5 minutes. Whip eggs? It creates a natural rising agent because the whipping motion creates little air bubbles in the egg protein that make it rise when heat is applied. This allows you to bake a cake without another rising agent like baking powder.
What? Because you whip it, you don't need baking powder?
I'm not so sure about that.
I mean, you are trapping air, but as soon as you cook that batter, it goes boom, flattens. So no.
I like his dress. I want it.
I mean, we'll see how it turns out.
Oh, it's a whole bucket of no.
Oh, I like that. A whole bucket of no.
I stole that from Nostalgia Critics. What is it? The
oh, guess we can't like the saying now.
Message coming in.
Yeah, I just say that.
Patching it through.
Oh, that's a great saying. Oh, okay.
Never mind, guys.
Why you do this to me?
Here's John Lemley. Tonald runs the Guarma plantation you land on in Red Dead Redemption 2. Really? Yeah.
Oh god, that section, I hated it.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Well, he's adding actual black or dark chocolate bars to his whatever. What is he? What is that? Is that a sieve? What is he doing? Oh, that's just a bowl. Okay.
Yeah, it's bowl.
Next, we
and I
need to
think
concoct the
underneath
chocolate
should be hot
component by
water.
heating dark chocolate and butter over a bain marie. Fancy
What's
name for
butter?
a glass bowl sitting on
Oh,
top
at
of
least
a
he's not using
pot
activated
of
charcoal.
boiling water. That's all
Give him
it
that.
is. Add some espresso to this mixture, which will really bring out the flavor of the chocolate.
No, it'll bring out the
Wait.
flavor of the espresso. What are you talking about?
Ooh.
Look, he spelled
puree. Is that what
Sesame
it
right.
was? Ooh.
He spelled
God.
Sesame right. Look.
Yeah, you got it right this
Yay.
time.
This time he didn't put Jasmine in it.
All right, so don't forget the even more like this is his third ingredient or his third dish that uses sesame. So you must love
Oh,
this.
you're right, because there was oil, then there were the seeds, and then there's
Yeah, he really likes that dark color. I think he likes sesame just for the color. There's no other explanation.
That's really bad.
Black. Everything's black.
Do you have something
Why-
against black?
Smut Boy, why can't it be black?
a-
Come on, man.
I don't know. That's crazy. Can you imagine putting walnuts in everything? Okay, we need some more walnuts there in our sauce. Walnuts in our batter. Walnuts in our cream. Walnuts in our cookies. Jeez, we get it. You like walnuts. More black. He's at. Oh, you know what? He probably just ran out of the seeds. He just. Oh, okay, I'll get something else that's black.
It needs to absorb all the light in the room.
Yeah, just ran out of chocolate, ran out of black sesame seeds. What we got left?
A bucket of paint. Drop it in.
Let's keep going with this video. Like, see what else he does.
Working very quickly, fold this mixture into the egg mixture in small batches. Remember what I just said
That's not
about the egg
folding.
whites?
That's not folding.
This is why people
That's
fold ingredients into whipped eggs
Oh, God,
so
that's
that they don't
really
knock out all
folding.
the air.
Okay, there's a certain technique to folding. It's actually, you pick it a little bit up and you fold it into the existing batch. You don't just dump it in and start
Message coming
stirring.
in. Patching it through.
The reason why you fold is you don't want to break the air in the actual whipped cream you've made. So it's not that whipped to begin with. I don't know if you guys have made like lemon meringue pie or what have you. Make a meringue. This is like an egg yolk meringue, I guess, but without the actual air.
Stiff beaks.
That's not a
Add
meringue,
2
dude.
tablespoons of flour when this is finished to bring the cake together.
Wait, did he? It looks like. Did he use activated charcoal or is that dark chocolate?
I don't know what that is. It's a mess.
I think. I'm not sure.
I'm looking at the chat. I love that Laughing Cavalier says, "Good thing, thank goodness they have electric whisks and chocolate in Mordor."
Perfect for my Lord Sauron. He will love this. Is stirring one of the few places Tonald isn't going too far in? His definitions of stirring and whisking, I don't know. Folding and stirring, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Stir, whip, whoop, stir, whip. Whoop, stir, stir. If anyone knows what I'm referencing.
I know what you're referencing.
I know exactly the weird Lady Tremaine segment in that freaking Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
I seem to have blocked that from my memory, so no, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a what?
Well, that's you guys.
Oh shit.
I was like, what the hell is happening? Something's cracking on the screen.
Oh, I thought that was something in there. What?
All right. What the hell is that?
The cake?
In a little cup like that?
I don't understand it either.
Why is it so small? He has so many ingredients.
I don't know.
What the hell's going on?
Wait, go back a little bit. I think he may have had like some molds for the cake. Maybe they were small. Go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit play here. No, never
That's
mind.
a really small looking lava cake, man. I don't know.
Is that it in the cup?
Well, what happens is because you heat it up, the inside of the cake doesn't get baked, so it's like it's like a not a gelatin, but it's like a goo.
A gooey, creamy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the outside just gets hard.
God, that sounds awful.
It's kind of gross sounding. It does taste gooey and chocolatey and yummy, but you have to like that sort of texture.
The ones that I have had, the outside hasn't been super hard. It's been slightly softer. It's not quite like peanut brittle hard.
Yeah.
But generally they do get quite a bit harder than the inside.
Hmm.
Oh no. Oh, this is dish. He's sprinkling on, dude. Just
Is
put
this
it on
on
the
the
goddamn
floor?
dish. Just stop showing off.
Is this plate on the floor?
This is like, it's like Iron Man. You know, he's sprinkling whatever bullshit. He's like, "Eh."
No, I
Stop it.
think his plate is tilted from the way the table is.
I can't tell.
Or it might just be an optical
You
illusion.
know, it's I can't
The plate
tell.
looks like it's got like
something
kinda like
under it.
circular edges, you know.
Yeah.
This looks like a piece of ceramic you would put a potted plant on or something.
A plant cake.
Oh, no.
Was always cake.
There it is.
Ooh, that does not look
It's
very
not
good.
that bad. It's okay. But what is with this ice cream?
That's not the final product.
What is
You
this?
put it on top like a topping.
Why? How do you cut into it? It's going to fall over.
Just, I think,
No,
I think what
you
we've
try to cut
established-
into it and it just flings off the plate.
I think
Like,
No,
Tonald,
it just slides off your knife. That's
do
all
the
it's gonna
math,
do.
sir. Take step 1, pick up fork. Step 2, cut into cake. Step 3, catastrophe. What are you doing?
I think what we have established is Tonald is some sort of mad genius who is thinking so far ahead of everybody else that it's just kind of just so strange, weird,
Saying he's doing
nonsensical.
16D chess.
Well, he hasn't added the other
Apparently, yes.
ingredients yet. So we don't know what this is going to
Also-
look like.
This looks so
I'm a-
different in my head.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
what is this?
I'm so
I said it
amazed
before.
by the. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm so amazed with that big amount of ingredients amounted to this.
I know.
I said
Hey,
it before,
70%
and
of that
I'll,
is
s-
sugar, man.
Oh,
and I'll say it again. Gordon Ramsay is watching this, and he is like biting his fist in fury.
call him a fucking donkey.
All right.
What a fucking...
Fucking bad.
No, don't do that. No, it's
What? Oh, hold on. Let me
Wait.
catch up.
Again?
You did one. You made all that brittle for one. How many servings is this? 20.
Maybe that's like one serving, because like I know that he has like a wife or a girlfriend who lives with him, so maybe he's got like 2, 3, or 4 servings in there for like one for both of them now, and then one for both of them later. I don't know.
No, it's gonna
You
be
better have one
at least
for
15.
girlfriend.
But would it be enough for Sauron?
Is it my
Nothing saves
imagination?
Sauron until he has all of it. So he's a hog and he eats all of what he made.
Is it my imagination, or does the cake look different now?
It could have like warmed up or cooled off. A lot of times these people will
Yeah,
get that beauty
no.
shot and then put down the camera. Been about 30
I think
minutes.
there's a
taking
split in
pictures
the
and
middle
then do the
now.
cut.
Yeah, he's cutting it.
Oh, he's cutting
Oh, he
it.
is? Okay, all right.
Oh, you mean that? Oh. Yeah,
No, he's too
cutting
far
it.
away. Look, that knife would be gigantic if he was cutting it from that perspective.
He just has a really big hand, okay?
Plus, that's not how you hold a knife or a fork. He's about to punch
would
it,
give-
maybe.
Don't you hold a knife with 3 fingers?
Yeah, I punched my dessert from across the table.
Is this like Fallout point of view? And you're going
Yeah.
doing one-handed combat.
Yeah, we're in fats right now.
Oh, he's peeling it away. Oh, no.
It's collapsing now.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's gross.
That's not a. Oh, and I guess that's what he wants is the melting.
That is,
That's not a good
what happened to your
process.
beautiful ice cream? It's melted.
Oh,
Why
he
did you
wants it
do
for the
that?
lava effect. I think he
Mount
intentionally melted
Doom.
it. I think he got a
It's-
fucking hairdryer.
It's supposed to be Mount
Yeah, that would have
Doom.
taken at least 30 minutes to melt. You're right.
You put all this effort to freeze the ice cream just to melt it.
Okay. Imagine you're sitting in a very, very fancy restaurant, and then you order a dessert, and this is what shows up at your table.
Well, I guess
I'd
it
look at
depends
the
on
waiter and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I think my first thought would be like, I didn't expect that.
Well,
I
I
think-
wasn't expecting the ice cream to melt completely.
Where's
yeah,
my
I
ice
was thinking,
cream?
like a little bit of melting, or maybe you put something drizzly and then put a fresh scoop on top.
You don't need anything drizzly. All you need is to cut into the cake and it comes out like a gush, and that's it. The ice cream would just be off to the side.
Yeah, basically.
If he wanted something red for the lava, he could use something else than ice cream.
He could have
Yeah, he could've
done
used, like, some cherry
a red
jam
velvet
or, like-
lava cake. That would have been fine.
Or he could have just dyed some chocolate red.
Well, the problem with the
That
lava
would've-
cake is
that would've been the
it's
best thing.
consistent. The whole cake is the same ingredient.
Oh.
So you could burn the
Well, it's
sides. That
gonna
would be
be
a darker
red.
red. You cut into it, it would be a red goo, and you'd have I don't know, a golden whatever ice cream off to the side or whatever you want, whatever flavor.
Yeah, no. What they would do to get the two color with the black, if it is the same thing, you put some off to the side, you dye it red, and then you put a plastic ring on the inside of the pan. Pour the black on the outside, pour the red on the inside. You pull the plastic ring out, which is a big, tall thing. I'm thinking. Then the black and the red can mix, and then it's the same consistency. It's just a color difference.
Yeah. Either way, he's destroyed his ice cream.
Yeah.
And
Either way, he.
I don't
All
know
in all,
why.
I can say I didn't expect it to look like this at the end.
Okay, all of you. You're on the Great British Bake Off. You are the judges. What would you give him?
Well, it's not a lava cake.
I would have to taste it. I never had anything like it before. So.
All right. So imagine balsamic raspberry sauce.
Okay, now that you mentioned that, yes, I probably would give
Wait,
it a
guys,
great score.
remember. This is gonna taste mostly like vinegar.
Oh,
Balsamic
Message
vinegar.
coming in.
Balsamic
Sorry.
vinegar is
Sugar.
There's
It's
so
gonna
much
taste
sugar.
like
Yeah.
sugar.
It would taste so sweet.
Yeah. I think balsamic and raspberries go together on like a salad, but I don't think that translates to a sweet
A
dessert.
cream, yeah. No, a cream is going to mellow it out, but it's still going to be so sweet with all the other sugar in there.
Yeah,
Well,
there's nothing
especially
really
with the amount of stuff you put in there. Like the amount
he
of
did.
this.
He had half a grocery store to put into this cake.
John Lemley, this is great. Michelin is going to need a new 4th star just for Tonald.
I need to take out a loan to make this cake.
Well, look at the cookie base. Like, this is like just this half of the dish is just cookie. And
It looks like like fish bottom, like you put in a fish tank.
well,
That's what
imagine making a cheesecake and forgetting the cheese and just baking. Actually, no, he just sprinkled it on top. It's not even solid. It's just a mess.
Yep.
That's what like fancy bakers in America do to make like a textured ground. Like if you ever watch Cake Boss, he makes sand with
I don't
cookie
like Cake
crumble
Boss.
that's like,
Anyone
yellowish.
who uses fondant to that level is disgusting.
If anyone ever approaches me with a fondant, I will immediately murder them.
See,
Just don't even get close.
I can't. I
What is
hate
that?
fondant. It's sugar and
Oh
water,
my
but it's
God.
disgusting. You take two beautiful things and you ruin them.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
So fondant is basically a way of taking sugar to mold it, and people use it in baking to make sculptures usually.
Yeah.
And it's edible.
Oh.
But the thing is that it can very easily dry out. One, it's already really, really dry. And two, it's not that great. It's so dry.
It's
even like the best way to keep it going, it's nowhere near as good as buttercream.
It's
But because that
basically-
they can make different colors and shapes, and then they can make it glossy.
It's like having paste and sugar that's been dried and it tastes garbage. They only use it to
Yeah.
wrap things up and shape things like the cake around it after the cake's been made. And it's
Or those big cakes that are mostly Rice Krispie cakes for structure.
yeah, but every time I see someone wrap something in like a bright orange or fluorescent green, I'm like, ugh. No thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does sound disgusting.
Buttercream.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is my favorite fantasy trilogy of all time, and watching it again to prepare for this
Let's forget
video
it.
was an
I wasn't
absolute
here for
treat.
that.
Without a shadow of a doubt, The Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite Lord of the Rings movie by far. The characters, the adventure, the actors and the performers, the music, just the
Why
way
did
the
you watch
movie
the
was
films
shot
to
with the
prepare?
miniatures. It's just fantasy.
What does this have to
perfection.
do with cooking?
Just a shame what happened to The Hobbit.
Where did Sauron come into this? I can't remember.
I rewatched the in preparation to make this cake. Okay.
It's just an
Nothing-
excuse to
nothing.
rewatch all the movies.
I think he's
Well, I
just
mean,
high
it
on
was supposed to
sugar.
be-
Maybe he
it was
just
supposed to be, like,
forgot
in
the
theme
plot.
of Lord of the Rings.
Like, what am I doing? I'm eating thing. What? Oh, cake. Oh, wait, where's all the sugar? Oh, all right, I have to use it to make a cake. I love video games.
Maybe we all collectively forgot about the very important scene when Sauron eats a shit ton of cake.
What, did Sauron get defeated by the diabetes? Is that what happened?
You killed him from within.
That guy diabetes come get you.
Yeah, from
Message
what I've
coming
seen,
in.
this one's definitely the weakest
Patch it
by
through.
quite a bit of the 3 videos. I'd say that the Geralt of Riviera one was really, really good.
Oh yeah.
He definitely didn't teach you very much how
Message
to make
coming
it,
in.
but he gave basic outlines,
Patch it
so as
through.
long as you know what you're doing, you could probably follow along. As well as it was like very on topic and very related to the character himself and what he eats in the game.
It really helps when your person's a living, breathing man. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, according to my playthrough, Geralt eats a shit ton of bread and raw meat.
I always just ate whatever I could slide off of peasants' tables and counters. Let them starve to death in their huts just for that +1.
All right, John Lemley. This video feels like an unironic version of the South Park episode where Randy tries to become a chef and ruins basic foods. What he did was over the top. He didn't have to do all these extra steps. He made all that brittle for like one little piece.
Yeah, for a garnish.
And he melted
made all
the
that
ice cream.
All that ice cream for one scoop.
Why? Just freaking pour sauce on it if you're going to make a sauce.
He immediately melted it.
Yes. I think that's the
I'm going to teach you guys how to make ice cream, and then he melts it with a hand dryer.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
He stood there with a hand dryer.
Uh,
I almost guarantee it.
all right, here is Skids. Do my X Banner Night X, then my Cavernacle videos next. They're on the list. They'll get voted on. So we also have the other one you recommended, which is also on the list. I can't remember it, but we have recorded them, and I had to make a new list because there's so many. And there's not enough days in the end of the year to watch all these videos. So this one's just for fun and horror because it's Halloween. So
It was horrifying.
Horrors, right?
yeah.
There's no little children out. Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, they wouldn't even come out here anyways. Well, we don't really celebrate Halloween in the first place, so
You don't celebrate fucking
It's a big L.
capitalism.
no. Well, the only thing we have is like a couple of children maybe do something, but it's usually not really celebrated whatsoever.
Yeah,
True Halloween in America is the low effort costumes you go to a party with. I mean, I was Kermit the Frog, and the most extensive part of my costume was a Kermit the Frog hat. And the rest I just wore completely different shades of green all over my body. And I was like, hey, I'm here to drink.
I think all of the festivals, at least in Toronto, like the Christmas market, it's a big thing. Those have been canceled. So there's nothing to look forward to this year.
Well,
Yeah, because of COVID, even my my block, we usually most people are doing like Halloween and stuff, but there's like hardly anybody out even now.
Yeah.
we have our
You can't even really go touring like all the decorations on people's lawns.
yeah, we have our own version of Halloween, but that's in February usually called Fasnacht.
Really?
What do you do?
Which, well, it's usually just depending on which city, actually, it's completely different traditions. But you usually dress up in costumes, and then there are big markets, like outdoor markets, where they have shit ton of different things. Then there's music, like live bands that do stuff, also parades, that kind of stuff.
Oh, so it's just magical and perfect because it's Switzerland.
You just love Switzerland, don't you? Tell me more about Switzerland. I want to go there.
I guess I'm very.
Tell me more about the land of Swiss.
You have lots of Swiss cheese there, right?
Yes, we have over. Officially,
I love
we
your
have,
hot chocolate.
Officially, we have over 300 different kinds of cheese.
Wow.
Oh no.
Officially, unofficially, I think it's probably double considering all the local cheeses.
Yeah, the best we get here is Jarlsberg. So.
Yeah, and the stuff you call Swiss cheese, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
Probably
don't.
not.
Yeah.
It isn't.
It's
Salt.
a hard white cheese with holes in it, and I have a feeling they stamped the holes into them.
There's the cliche one
coming
with
in.
holes over here is called
Patch it through.
Emmentaler because that's
Yep.
where it comes from. The
Oh.
the valley of the river Emma.
So there's more
So
than
it's-
one Swiss cheese.
We got that.
Mm.
There are so many.
No, honestly, the Jarlsberg tastes just like Swiss, which tastes very, very similar to Emmenthal. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very
They're
sharp.
very mild.
It's kind of sour.
I'm more of a Gruyere guy myself.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
I could talk about cheese for a while, but I don't want to kill our stream here. We're talking about Tonald, so
yeah.
Joe Crazy, Randy, let me top it off with a bit of creme fraiche. Yeah. That was a South Park
I'm just
episode.
surprised there hasn't been a Kingdom Hearts quote at all today.
Amazingly, there is none. There is no
Man,
Kingdom
guys,
Hearts.
now I gotta think of one to put in here.
Oh dear.
No, stop.
We're fine. We got 1 minute left. Let's go.
What the f were they thinking? Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Whoa.
The way the movie was shot with the miniatures. It's just fantasy perfection.
Okay, let me
Just
go
a shame
find
what
this,
happened to The Hobbit.
quote.
I mean, what the f?
What's that noise?
It's a noise.
I have no idea.
It's down in the corner. The guy with the Dragon Ball Z icon.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know. What it-
There's
Are you,
like candy on the side to the side of me that my younger brothers had given to me for Halloween, and I
Oh.
accidentally touched it. My bad.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
That's
How
good.
dare you?
How dare you?
This freeze frame. My God.
Ugh.
Oh God.
He's like, Swiss
What's-
cheese.
So how did you like the cake?
I was surprised that he didn't put powdered sugar on top of the cake to as
You know.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. God, because
You
you
know-
need more sugar.
You
yeah,
notice
that's why.
he didn't say, "Oh, it tastes great" or anything. He just left it sit there.
I don't think he
Yeah.
even showed a reaction shot of himself
He didn't
eating it.
It didn't even eat it.
Oh my God.
Maybe he realized it was gross and just didn't share it with anybody. This is just for the sake of eating.
Well, the rest of
This
it
is-
seemed fine. Well, no, it was sesame pistachio, or is
No.
it just sesame
Just
cake?
sesame.
Oh, what?
I'm eating my sesame
It was
cake.
balsamic vinegar cake.
We need to make this cake savory, but to counteract all the savory ingredients, we're gonna dump 3 bags of sugar.
And vinegar.
So
And-
Smud Boy, when are we gonna get the video of you remaking this thing and seeing how it actually tastes and giving us an honest critique?
I can make
In a
Message coming in.
I can make a lava cake, no problem. It's not hard.
could you do it in a Sauron
Someone did a Kingdom Hearts quote in the chat.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
what is-
Here we
Damn it.
go. John Lemley.
Please.
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. Oh, isn't that nice?
Romantic.
Is that Sora
I'm
talking
yours
about
now.
his boyfriend?
Those
Is
beautiful words.
that what that is?
What?
Because it's the whole point of Kingdom Hearts is Sora and his friend, what's his name? And
Riku?
Riku, the rivalry and what
I don't
have
even
you.
play the game, and I know that.
I don't care. I
Well,
don't.
I think my favorite fact about Kingdom Hearts is that in the wiki they use the word somehow in order to explain how a key plot point happened.
Yeah.
Somehow Palpatine came back.
Somehow
It is on that level.
I
No,
need
no,
to,
that's
I need
actually
to
the
play the
line.
game just for that. I've
All right.
never played any of
Someone
them.
says he
so-
tries his food at the end. Let's watch it. Let's keep going.
What were they
Yeah.
thinking? Hey guys, thanks for watching. This one was so fun. Very challenging, but I think what we made today was not only delicious, but it really does tie back to the theme of Sauron and the Lord of the Rings.
Are you out of your damn... No, okay, forget it.
Have yourself a fun, spooky Halloween, and I'll catch you guys in our
Message
next
coming
video.
in.
Peace, love, and happiness. Until
Patch it
then,
through.
I'll see you later. Not gonna lie, dresses are pretty comfortable. I'm probably gonna...
Oh my god. What? Oh, he's okay. It's oh, that's such a mess.
That's shot where you stopped it on.
Oh my!
The look on his face.
Did he tuck in a napkin on his T-shirt?
Oh, he
It looks more like a
didn't he?
T-shirt tucked into his T-shirt.
Yeah.
kind of
What the hell, dude? What the?
Oh god, this melted ice cream, man, it looks awful.
Eat this whole thing in GL, as the kids say. Not going to lie.
Oh.
Coronary.
Yeah, he
Boom.
always does these crazy reaction shots. Crazy hand clicks.
Okay, that's
Was him
enough.
going into a diabetic coma.
Pancreas went.
Diabetes.
The prophecy is
His
true.
pancreas was just killed.
Insulin now. Need more.
Next shot is him convulsing on the floor, foaming from the mouth, and the other ones running to get insulin.
Just jams it into his chest. That scene from Pulp Fiction.
Alright, we have to go through the breastplate. We have to hit the heart.
Someone give me a Sharpie.
All right. This is another quote from
did have a
Kingdom's Heart. Joe Crazy. Sora, it's Sephiroth, Donald Duck. Oh, I can't do Donald Duck. I'm sorry. It's too hard for me.
I don't want to try my Donald Duck voice.
Oh god.
That was a good attempt. Yeah, thanks, Dunn. All right, guys, that was the Tonald, and a sugary Halloweeny kind of video, and I'm glad he made it because that was crazy. And what not to do in the kitchen, guys. That's pretty much the lesson we learned today. Just everything he did, do the exact opposite. Just that's pretty much it.
Or at least use measurements.
Don't even do it at all.
Get a recipe, I think, is the number one guide.
At least for baking. You can smudge
Yeah.
things when cooking, but for baking you can't.
You really, really can't. You have to know exactly what you're doing. When you're making a cream or you're making a custard, there's an art to making a custard, and you use a double boiler. It takes time.
So I had a thought of something that we could watch just for fun. Studio C's Disney Star Wars is basically a parody of what they thought that Disney Star Wars could feasibly be. It's basically what if
So what
Disney
you're
could-
saying is it's going to make more sense than Disney Star Wars.
Kind of, yeah. It's actually has its own weird internal logic where they're just inserting Disney stuff. It's really funny.
Is this a video?
I say why not?
Oh, this is a video.
All right, let's see it.
Let's make it go.
Oh, we got a super chat. John Lumley again. And suddenly you have hypertension. I think you'd have more than hypertension if you ate that or ate that in any large amount or continuously. It's just, I don't know what that would do to your blood sugar. That would just drive you nuts.
Well, you instantly gain 3 pounds of fat from all the sugar. That just...
I think as soon as your tongue tastes it, your brain goes like, "Holy shit, I'm not prepared for this," and just shuts down.
There's so much sugar and chocolate and what else is there? Black sesame.
Good morning, everyone. As you know, today we'll be shooting Scene 12 for Star Wars Episode 7.
All right, cool.
Brilliant.
This truly is a Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
I'd watch this 7 more times than ever have to watch that movie again.
It is very funny, I have to say.
Whenever I watched that movie in the theater, I could not shut up about how stupid things were. I was freaking out, man.
Oh my god. Snuck in some White Claws into the theater because I had them on hand, and then immediately when it cut to the scene of Rey floating in midair, my family just see me take that straw and suck one down and be like, "Alright, I'm ready to go." It's the only way I could do it without bitching and ruining it for the rest of them.
Well, my 2 best friends and I ruined it for the cinema we were in because we couldn't stop laughing.
I know, right? It was so funny.
It is really, really funny.
I was in the IMAX shit. I got tossed out.
Of course, I snuck alcohol in, but I'm
Well,
not paying. I'm not paying $8 for a little glass.
You can actually, if you have, was it first class seating at Cineplex? You can get wine or beer in your drink order. So,
Oh yeah, but for expensive.
oh yeah, but I'm just saying you can bring alcohol.
Oh yeah. Oh, I suppose so. I suppose it's just my own alcohol, so it's not as egregious. But it was a company called The Warren, and the IMAX, right? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, at Cineplex.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah. We have like the first one in my hometown, like the first one built, or maybe it was just from the. It was like the biggest one is in Kansas. It's one I went to. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that.
All right. Well, that was interesting. As John Lemley, consult your diabeto on whether lava cake is for you. Oh God. Yeah, it's not a dessert everyone can appreciate. It's gooey, it's chocolatey, and it's kind of hard sometimes. So it depends on how it's cooked or baked. But lava cake is not for me. It's a messy.
Yeah, with
dessert.
all the sugar he had in there, I wonder if he's gonna have like the sugar bumps you have on the back of your tongue after eating lots of sugar in one day.
You could get a nervous reaction. Yeah, it's possible. So
I never ate that much sugar to have that.
yeah, he really needs to taste his food before he cooks it. I don't know. It's just
Ooh,
crazy.
I'm already
stuff.
going through that. I had half a bowl of M&Ms and oof.
I think
It's
the
like
ice
my
cream would
taste
have been
buds
fine
shot.
as an experience by itself. Like whoa, look at that flavor, and then that's fine. You don't add that to this. I think the cake, and maybe some sauce would have been fine. A blueberry sauce or a raspberry sauce. That would have been totally fine.
I think part of it is just Tonald just wants to like go one step beyond what is usually considered normal.
Well, I suppose it might be a thing where, like, if I'm just doing, the recipe, why do I even make it? What's the point? I have to put on my own spin to it. Oh, look at these people who put, like, avocado in their cake, and it's so good. So they have to be unique.
Fuck.
I hate avocado.
I'm fine with avocado, but in the cake?
Oh, I'm just giving an example. There was someone who put, like, coriander and turmeric in their cake when I was watching the Great British Bake Off.
It
and
depends. There are various vegetable cakes out there, like spinach cake is something I know. So
I've heard of carrot cake a lot.
Carrot cake's great.
I tried it for,
carrot
like,
cake
the first
is
time, and
great.
it actually had carrot shavings in it, and it was still pretty good. But carrots are pretty sweet.
Yeah, lots of sugar in carrots, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Any of you guys ever had poppy seed bread?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my grandmother occasionally makes that for us. It's really good.
Oh, she makes it scratch?
Yeah, she's got this
Oh.
this sugary spread she puts on top as well that tastes really good, especially if you freeze it and it's really crunchy. It's great.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Now that I
used to-
remembered what poppy seeds are, yes, I had that.
Yeah, they usually pair it with lemon, so it's lemon poppy seed.
Yeah, I think that's what she makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
that's
usually
great.
what it is.
All right,
Oh, it's
guys.
so
Well,
good.
that was a pretty. That was Tonald. That was Tonald Loke.
Yeah, she tends to make zucchini bread occasionally as well, but it has like way less sugar and stuff in it.
Oh, zucchini bread.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Is it-
That's spinach zucchini bread.
Are
Yeah.
you trying to wrap?
Yeah, we're wrapping it up,
Are you
guys.
trying to wrap this up or something?
Yeah. I think we're done for sugary sweetness. I think we're gotta take it easy now.
Oh, it's almost 2 a.m.
Holy moly!
Yeah, we've been at this for a while. So thanks everyone for joining. That was Bad Boy Beta. That was Caesar, Cedar or Cheddar if you want to call it whatever you like. Crazy
Cedar or
Philosopher.
cheddar?
Well, you spell it Cedar. I pronounce it
You
Cedar.
can just call me Cedar. That's how it's supposed to be.
All right. Lord Captain Banner Dunn and Mr. Tanner, thank you for joining. I do appreciate your input and not freaking out at the wonderful spectacle that was the Tonal Loke. And we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Deuces.